immediately reject the child if they are coming from good schools and cannot speak good English. So two very important takeaway for you all parents. Make sure your child speaks good English. Sir, लेकिन हमारे घर पे वो माहौल नहीं है. That's okay. You don't have to speak with them, but they have to speak with their friends in good medium of instruction, which is English, because they have chosen 3 years of KG and 12 years of education in schooling. If still your English is fumbling, no corporates are going to accept that. So that's one English, one math. Two very, very important subjects that you parents have to be careful. Obviously all subjects, other languages, social studies, every subject will join to the party when the kids have to get marks. But ye do subject, parents, English and maths, very, very important, because there are no entrance exams in the world which will not have English and math. English and math is part of any entrance exams, and many of you parents are educated enough and would have given those exams and will realize. So how do we improve their English? 4 pillars. All you kids, speaking, listening, reading, writing are the 4 pillars to improve English. Speaking, listening, reading and okay. Now the writing, what you kids many times do informally, is only on WhatsApp. Okay. So the things have got spoiled. Speaking, you barely at times, it's so easy for you to speak in your mother tongue, in Hindi. It's not bad. It's very, very good to speak in your mother tongue, in your national language, which is in our national language, which is Hindi. But because you have chosen to study in an English medium of instruction, you cannot falter or fumble. Are you all getting everyone quick? When you are in an English medium of instruction, how can you come for an interview and cannot speak good English? It becomes an object of mockery. Okay. So, those two things are important. Now when we come to commerce as a stream, okay, coming back to commerce as a stream, what are few areas that parents needs to identify? Now we will only talk about careers after 12th standard, because these are very young children. We will not go to careers after 15. So after 12th, when you have bachelors, and after 15th when you have masters, you all kids need to understand in US, in Singapore, in Ireland and in Canada, after 12th you have 4 years of bachelors. In India, in New Zealand, in Australia and in England, after 12th you have 3 years of bachelors. So when we have 3 years of bachelors that you kids need to complete after 12th, since this is going to be the commerce part initially, the commerce and humanities, BCom, BAF, BFM, BMS, BBI, BRM, BIM, BTM. Now when I'm speaking all this, most of you say, kya bol raha hai? So there are courses on bachelors of accounts and finance called as BAF, bachelors of retail management called as BRM. There's a course called bachelors of transport management, bachelors of investment management, bachelors in financial market, bachelors in mass media, bachelors in management studies, bachelors of business administration. These are all regular bachelors. Alone bachelor degree has zero relevance. We just do a bachelor, which is very, very important to go on to pursue a master later. So bachelor is mandatory. You'll have to choose one of the bachelor programs. Out of the many bachelor programs, one program which I found of lot of people in G.D.Goenka were interested in was BBA. Now, parents have to understand what is the business course all about. Many of people in Surat, especially, are from business families. Try telling your child that, boss, this is the business I have created. You are not going to be part of it unless you prove yourself. Now, what is happening in a lot of kids, lot of parents at times says, कि भाई तू अकेला ही है, इसके बाद ये business तेरे को ही संभालना है. The kids take it very differently. They think, boss, they are born to inherit that business. And remember, English में कहावत है, good is the biggest enemy of best. So if Steve Jobs and Mark Zuckerberg would have chosen to join their dad's business, there would have been no Apple or no Meta or Facebook today. So if you're earning 5 crore rupees per annum, that will spoil your child to think about 50 crores and 500 crore and 5,000 crores. So do not create any stumbling blocks there. Make it very clear, you will do something on yourself. If something goes wrong, I am there to support you. Do all parents agree on this thought of mine? Yes or no? With a show of hands. Come on, parents. Thank you very much. So kids, I don't know whether you like it or not. Sir, आप तो हमारा life tough बना रहे हो. So kids, do you all agree? Good is the biggest enemy of best. I'm sure you understood this proverb. Quick. Yes or no? I think the 9, 10 are more choppy. 11, 12 are still sleeping. Come on, this is not the G.D.Goenka voice which I had the last 2 times. Come on, quick. Can I say good is the biggest enemy of best? Yes? Yes. Now what are these business programs? BBA क्या होता है? उसके आगे, and I'm assuming some parents may not completely be able to comprehend if I just go in absolutely English. So I may slightly mix it up. So BBA later on becomes an MBA. तो आपको मैं काफी सरल करके दे रहा हूँ. Now MBA is a very common degree. Okay. Now in India we have 1,200 college which gives MBA degree. Now MBA is so common. The first thing everyone will ask, where did you do your MBA from? Okay. So I am Ahmedabad, I am Bangalore, I am Kolkata, I am Lucknow, I am Kozhikode, I am Indore. We used to have 6 IIMs before. After our Prime Minister becomes, Narendra Modi becomes Prime Minister in 2014, he introduces 14 new IIMs. So now we have IIM Udaipur, IIM Ranchi, IIM Rohtak, IIM Bodh Gaya, IIM Jammu, likewise so on and so forth. But these 6 IIMs are very famous, the original 6 IIMs, out of which only 1 IIM offers BBA, rest all 5 IIMs offers MBA. Now IIMs are very prestigious or elite colleges to get an admission in. For example, all parents, December में entrance exam है CAT. 2.5 lakh kids will be appearing for CAT. For all these 6 IIM colleges, combined seats are just 2,400. So imagine what percentage, less than 1% student is going to make to IIMs. Now in India, there are reservations, there's a big mess. SC, ST, OBC, other backward class, economically backward class, EBC, new category. I was shocked to read an article day before that in Jharkhand reservations is increased to 77%. So the open category is only 23% in that state now. Now this is a big issue. Anyway, we don't want to get on that side. Our kids will have less chance to make it to these colleges if they are not trained. Every child needs to be trained. Let's say you want to, lose your weight in a gym, you need a coach. You have a mental coach, you have business coach, you have teachers. You need that guidance. You have a sports coach. Same way, kids needs to be trained to excel. So we tell a lot of time those parents कि IIM Ahmedabad, Bangalore, Kolkata, Lucknow, Kozhikode, Indore, XLRI, Jamshedpur, FMS Delhi, IIFT Delhi, MDI Gurgaon, IMT Ghaziabad, ISB Hyderabad, Jamnalal Bajaj, Narsi Monji, Symbiosis, Mica. And ISB Hyderabad, India's top 15, 16 business school. ये 15, 16, 20 colleges are very much looked upon. Now वहाँ एडमिशन मिलेगा कब? जब बच्चों का वो मैथ्स इंग्लिश सुपर स्ट्रॉन्ग है. नाउ एमबीए की मैथ्स एंट्रेंस में 9, 10, 11, 12 का ही मैथ्स आता है. 9, 10, 11, 12 का ही इंग्लिश आता है. So then we tell parents that rather than वो बच्चा, जब ये बच्चे छोटे हैं, ये 21 साल के हो जाएंगे 3-4 साल 4-5 साल में, तब जाके कैट देते हैं तो उनको बहुत हार्ड पड़ता है. तो उसका जूनियर वर्जन IIM इंदौर की एग्जाम होती है, ये बच्चे लोग 12th में दे सकते हैं. सिमिलर एग्जाम 90% एग्जाम सेम रहता है. एंड इट इज वेरी कॉम्पिटिटिव बिकॉज IIM इंदौर में BBA करने के लिए सिर्फ 90 सीट है, 90 सीट्स इन द ओपन कैटेगरी, और उसके लिए 23,000 बच्चे एग्जाम दे रहे हैं. How many from G.D.Goenka over here in 12th standard is this year preparing to get into IIM Indore? Raise your hands. only one child. Now this is the problem. जब इंडिया की इतनी, मैं आपको बोल रहा हूं क्यों ये प्रॉब्लम है, आप थोड़ा समझिए. 1978 में इंदिरा नूई ने IIM बैंगलोर से MBA किया. वो 1978 में MBA करने के बाद सीधी US चली गई, पेप्सी कंपनी में जॉब करने. She was the first woman who was wearing sari and working in that company. ना वहां पे US में उसको लगा यार रेसिज्म होगा, मुझे प्रमोशन नहीं मिलेगा, ये वो. 4-5 years she worked hard but she was not promoted. She always had at the back of the mind कि यार because I am an Indian, because my wardrobe does not match with their wardrobe, so I may be, on the suffering side. Then she asked the senior was supportive. She said, no, it's an Indian MBA, they don't really respect, you should do one more MBA. 1986 में उन्होंने दूसरा MBA किया from Yale University, which is among the Ivy Leagues in US. 1991 में Pepsi का sales dropped in US because awareness was quite clear. Carbonated drinks, soft drinks leads to obesity, so people started consuming less of Pepsi. So she said, I have an idea to increase Pepsi sales. She was given a chance to present to the board of directors, and she said we should buy a brand, a small fresh fruit juice brand in US called Tropicana. Her idea was quickly absorbed by the top of board of directors there, and Pepsi bought Tropicana, sales spurted up. She started getting a lot of importance in the company. Then she said that in US National Basketball Association, the NBA was very, very famous then, soccer. So people generally have, while watching sports, some food is what they consume. All of us consume. So it's generally the wafers, the soft drinks, the pizzas. She said we should not only sell soft drinks or the juices. We should have some wafer brand. They bought which brand? And then another brand of pizzas that she got. So Pepsi acquires Lay's, Pepsi acquires smoking juice pizzas, Pepsi acquires Quaker Oats, all because of this lady. And then she flies in 2014 on invitation by Prime Minister. The first lady, a first personality whom he meets, and as an NRI, was Indira Nooyi. She was promoted Pepsi chairperson worldwide. She was so smart, she accepted Narendra Modi's invitation, but her another agenda was to in India acquire another big wafer brand. Let me know how smart the G.D.Goenka kids are. Which wafer brand would that be? So very, very smart. Your parents are so happy. Okay. So Balaji wafer, she wanted to buy that. Unfortunately, that deal did not happen. This lady retires with 186 crore taxable income 2 years back. Now imagine 1978 में उन्होंने IIM बैंगलोर से MBA किया. जब कौन पढ़ने जाता था? Especially in that time in India, for women to study was not that easy. And studying in an English medium, उस टाइम उन्होंने IIM बैंगलोर से MBA किया. और हमारे बच्चे आज गूगल के टाइम में सब अवेयरनेस है, आप पेरेंट्स का सब फुल सपोर्ट है उनको, आप बेस्ट पॉसिबल अपब्रिंगिंग दे रहे हो अपने बच्चों को, और एक ही बच्चा IIM इंदौर के लिए तैयारी कर रहा है. Why this paradox? Do you all parents agree that this had to be brought to your attention? Yes, parents? Yes or no? Because जब तक, क्योंकि आप सब अपने डे टू डे लाइफ में इतने इन्वॉल्व हो जाते हो कि यू लिव इट टू द स्कूल, द टीचर्स, द बेस्ट ऑफ द पीपल whom you can trust. But sometimes school teacher voices, school or whoever teaching these kids, whoever are teaching them, they put a deaf in ears. और बच्चे भी बहुत shrewd है, smart है. वो आपको उतनी बात घर पे आके बोलेंगे जितनी उनकी लाइफ कंफर्टेबल हो जाए. No one will come and say, मम्मी ये तो मेरे को इतनी 23,000 में से 90 में से एक सीट लानी है, तो उनकी लाइफ खराब हो जाएगी ना. Yes kids? Yes or no? See, they know when to say yes, when to say no. Okay, very smart these kids are. So for you parents, please start doing a little bit of research. If not, the G.D.Goenka school is now very proactively going to engage like people like us and more from the industry, where they really want to bring the best in the world for you kids, for you parents and for your children. Because sometimes 5 साल बाद मालूम पड़ा तो मतलब क्या, टाइम चला गया. So everything is very relevant with respect to time. So now the first thing, ये जो BBA है बहुत simple degree है. Ashoka, Kriya, OP Jindal, Shiv Nadar, Plaksha, Atria, BM Munjal, Geo, Sai, Flame, NMIMS, Christ, गुजरात में PDPU, Nirma, ये सब BBA degrees देते हैं. But IIMs are IIMs. They are a brand not for no reasons. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. They do not become brand overnight. But the child should give the exam. नहीं मिला तो बहुत सारी colleges है बाद में. But at least the child, my personal observation is, the child should try for the toughest thing. नहीं मिला तो average चीज तो बहुत available है. आप लोगों ने अपनी लाइफ में बहुत मेहनत करके you have reached where you have reached. ऐसा नहीं है भाई पैसा कमाना सूरत में हार्ड है तो आप गांव चले जाओगे. You are all fighting. So why these fighting spirits are not instilled in our children? So that is only possible if you take a competitive course. Do not mistake this as a rat race. It is. और ये दुनिया में कोई सर madam and kids right now cutthroat competition to get into Harvard, Stanford, Wharton, you know, all universities. It's the same. US में आज से 6 महीने पहले scam बार आया कि the richest people of US are bribing the top admission officers to get their kids into Harvard, Stanford, Wharton, and the type of bribing goes into few $1 million. So education, especially brilliant education, is completely, as parents, you can only provide a fantastic school, which is in this case a school that you've given your child, because of your resources. After now, from here, the education needs to be earned by the kids. Do you all kids agree on that? Yes or no? Now what entrance is that you need to start giving and start working? So I may not want to do business, that's fine. There are a whole lot of options available for commerce kids. But within commerce, 5 themes play a very important consideration and the conversation right now we should have. One is finance, law, business management and entrepreneurship as third, media and journalism, design, and I would add one more, hospitality. So let's say 6 fields are very, very critical. I repeat, finance, law, media and journalism, that includes advertising and everything, hospitality, design, management and entrepreneurship, and if you want to add, which we are forced to add in commerce now, IT as a domain. Sir, हम commerce से IT की field ले सकते हैं 100% yes. But you need 11th and 12th mathematics. It was so disheartening to come to G.D.Goenka and see so many kids raising hands that they have dropped maths. You deprive yourself. You students will be stunned. Canada, among the most developed countries, just sitting above US geographically, you cannot do a business course after 12th standard in any university of Canada if you have not chosen 11th, 12th maths. You cannot study economics at the world's best colleges like Oxford and Cambridge if you have not chosen 11th, 12th maths to study economics. Can I say I'm driving enough emphasizement is what I'm trying to do on the subject choices? Yes or no? Yeah, so that's very, very critical. A, बॉम्बे में एनएम कॉलेज में आप 12वीं के बाद बीबीए नहीं कर सकते हो अगर आपने 11वीं 12वीं में मैथ्स नहीं लिया है तो. ये बॉम्बे में, इंडिया की कॉलेज हैज सच रूल्स. नाउ सो मेक श्योर दैट द सब्जेक्ट्स आर चोजन. सेकंड, नाउ बिजनेस का सर ये मैं बच्चा बिजनेस का बीबीए कोर्स बोलता है. I from the bottom of my heart I am saying beyond point the value of the course is 0. तो सर ये क्या है इतने लोग बीबीए करते हैं? क्योंकि वो सबसे सरल है, सबसे इजी कोर्स है. कितने लोग जीवन में सक्सेसफुल बिजनेस में आप लोग हुए हो बिकॉज यू हैव डन अ बीबीए कोर्स और एमबीए कोर्स? नो, ये तो लास्ट 20-30 साल का फैशन है. विद गुजराती, मारवाड़ी, सिंधी, पंजाबी, शेट्टीज, बिजनेस इज इन द ब्लड. वो टीचर, भारत का एजुकेशन का पैराडॉक्स सिखाता हूं ज्यादातर इंडिया में. द टीचर हु इज डूइंग जॉब विल टीच यू हाउ टू डू बिजनेस. A teacher doing job full life is going to teach our children how to do business. That's a paradox of education. So we want our children to go to, excuse me. Yeah, thank you. We want our kids to go to the best business schools as possible. So there the visiting faculties are super. There are great entrepreneurs who comes and takes master class. There are people from great startups who may have failed or succeeded who comes and shares their story. You parents have to understand a business course exposes them in 5 areas: marketing, finance, human resource, operations, logistics, system. अलग-अलग पहलू होते हैं business courses को सिखाते हैं. वो business course BBA is not enough. They will by default have to do an MBA. 80% कोर्स BBA और MBA का ओवरलैप होता है. तो BBA कोर्स में बियॉन्ड पॉइंट बच्चा बेसिक बिजनेस सीखता है. वो डिग्री नहीं भी होगी तो इट इज नॉट दैट द चाइल्ड इज गोइंग टू सफर इन अ डे टू डे लाइफ. वी विल बी परफेक्टली फाइन इफ इट डजंट हैव अ BBA डिग्री. तो सीखने जैसा क्या है कॉमर्स में? फाइनेंस. जीवन में फाइनेंस नेवर गोज आउट ऑफ फैशन. Right from mothers and fathers managing home finance to governments to NGOs. आपको शॉक लगेगा kids. In US, the Pope authorities, the Christian authorities, the priests, they are churches का funds. Tirupati Balaji Temple has their own fund. Nadwara Temple has their own fund. The Golden Temple Amritsar has their own fund. So there is the entire fund management done at the religious level. Religion is typically a non-finance domain, but they also need battery of chartered accountants, battery of finance experts to manage. So finance never goes out of fashion. Now finance में बहुत सारी field है. Finance is not just don't say finance is chartered accountancy. CA is one of the tool to get into finance. Corporate finance, taxation, audit, mutual fund, insurance, portfolio management services, private equity, hedge fund. You've got a whole lot of fields within finance. You've got actuarial science as a very, very interesting domain. You've got risk advisory, you've got mergers and acquisitions. You've got multiple domains within finance. ये बहुत सारा काम बच्चा कर सकता है. कौन से 3 सबसे बेस्ट डिग्री है फाइनेंस में? 1949 ICI इंस्टीट्यूट एस्टैब्लिश हुई थी एंड इट्स नाउ 2022. स्टिल चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंसी इज द मोस्ट रेलेवेंट क्वालिफिकेशन. कितना भी लोग बोले स्कोप नहीं है, पास कम होते लोग, वैल्यू कम है, irrespective, if there are 10,000 companies in India, if there are 10,000 companies having finance department, more often than not, most finance heads are chartered accountants. So CA, if not, US की बहुत एक अच्छी डिग्री है called as CFA, जो पहले 15th में ही हो सकती थी.
Sorry for the interruption, but grade 9 students, you are requested to go back to your classes because your classes are scheduled, and the teachers, those who have classes in grade 9, they also need to go back. Rest grade 10, 11 and 12 will be seated here. So the students, those who are sitting on the staircase, please shift at the one side and let the grade 9 students go. Kindly make it a quiet process. Rest everybody would be seated as usual.
Quietly.
This does not require much talking, children, I guess.
Here. Vedan, let them go now. Let's go then. Come on, beta.
Yeah, sorry for the inconvenience, and I'm sure there are, because a lot of parents also waiting out, so they wanted to accommodate them as well. The 9 standards will have still time. Now, for parents, whoever are, the kids are in 10th and 12th standard, very, very important that obviously the board marks matters. Okay, so do not by any chance take it lightly. I'll just share with you some again facts which maybe you may not be aware. आप गूगल पे जाके सर्च करना, MBA में IIM अहमदाबाद में जाने के लिए 10th और 12th के मार्क्स के लिए 10 मार्क्स रिजर्व्ड है. So if they are getting above 90% in 10th, they are getting 10 out of 10. There are slabs. Above 85 there is 8. Okay, so like 8 on 10. So both for 10th and 12th marks there is a reserved weightage for IIM CAT. Once they are giving the exams for CAT, during GDPI, we have that consideration for 10th and 12th marks. So 10th, 12th marks do matter a lot. If any of your kids are planning to study abroad after 12th standard, 9, 10th, 11, 12, we look into all the 4 grades. आप समझिए अगर बच्चा 12th के बाद अब्रॉड जाने का सोच रहा है, so applications इस टाइम जो 12th के बच्चे हैं, I'm sure they may be guided. If whoever is getting aspirational to go abroad, they may have someone helping. सारी applications अभी 12th में चली जाएगी इस वक्त, जबकि 12th के बोर्ड्स का रिजल्ट आएगा उनका मई या जून में. So the decisions are made on the basis of the 9, 10th, 11th marks. A lot of families and lot of schools, children think 11th is their birthright to enjoy. So funny. And parents also बोलते अरे हाँ 10th में भी बहुत पढ़ाई है, 12th में बोर्ड्स थे, जी ले जिंदगी बेटा. And then there are immediate drops in marks, drops in score, and then to go back and perform is tough. So I sincerely urge you parents that make sure whoever are their teachers, regularly talk to them if there are drop in scores. Pick up the phone and talk. Because this is the child you are investing everything for. You are working very hard day and night for this child. So please do not, just kids occupy the place here. There is place there as well. Sit on the first row, there is place there, kids. You can sit there. So now, coming back to continuing the conversation ahead, I take it a little ahead. Finance में CA, CFA is a US degree, can be done from India. Now it is possible to do it after 12, from 13th you can do CFA US. And the third option is MBA Finance. These are the 3 most relevant qualifications to get into finance. There is actuarial science. Now parents को मालूम भी नहीं होगा actuarial science program क्या है. Actuarial science ये काफी सालों से था. अभी parents लोग बोल रहे कौन सा नया डिग्री आया है. It has been there for ages now. 140 करोड़ हमारा population है. That's our population. We in India have 522 actuaries today. So actuaries करते क्या है? जहाँ पे भी uncertainty और contingent events होते हैं and there are numbers involved, actuaries plays a role. In the most complex calculations, they play a very critical role. मुकेश अंबानी को RIL president उनके नीचे किसी को 20 करोड़ के पगार पे रखना है. Is that 20 crores the right figure? Who will decide? I want to buy a company for 1,000 crore. Is 1,000 crore the right figure? Uncertain. So any uncertain event in insurance, life is uncertain, health is uncertain. So anything in insurance terms, companies, the premium, the redemptions, the policy, the what time the redemptions will happen. Every those complex calculation actuaries are consulted. 522 ही है आज इंडिया में, 522, and it's by default they get a residency visa of all the Commonwealth countries because दूसरे देश में तो इतना भी लोग पढ़ते नहीं है क्योंकि actuarial science में 13 level of math stats है. 13 level है. Majority of those 30 level are maths and stats. तो आप कॉमर्स से भी कर सकते हो, आर्ट्स से भी कर सकते हो, साइंस से भी कर सकते हो. There is no restrictions, but you need to be very very strong with your math. 13 level of math stats. हर साल 9 से 15 लोग ही एक्चुअरीज बनते पूरे भारत में. between 9 to 15, 1-5. Very competitive. But अभी क्या हो रहा है? When we are counseling kids, parents आके बोल रहे हैं सर ये CA, MBA, BBA सब कॉमन है, कुछ नया दिखाओ. अरे कोई माल थोड़ी बेच रहे हो. परसों एक सेशन था इंदौर में. आफ्टर सेशन वहाँ पे इनफैक्ट आई मेट अ गुजराती पेरेंट. बोले आप तो गुजरात में तो आपको एक गुजराती समझ में आएगा. सर मारो बाबू हम तो बहुत होशियार है, मार्क्स न दिया होता खाली. आई लाइक वाओ. Most important things are marks, kids. Trust me from the bottom of my heart, I am saying this to you. When we are in the interview panels of some of the top CA firms like Ernst & Young, KPMG, Deloitte, PwC, Grant Thornton, Doha Advisory, BDO, KNEV, Kimchi Koji, our company, you just parents are pretty educated. Just surf the website, you'll find on the placement site, KPMG hires one of the world's biggest CA firms through our platform. We've got mandates that in so much marks is a cutoff. So if you want to work for, I was just speaking right now before getting into the school with the HR head, I don't want to name her, Development Bank of Singapore. She's looking at some candidates for her Express Star office in Mumbai. All throughout she needs 90% plus. MBA from the top 2 colleges, IIM Ahmedabad or Bangalore. She doesn't even want to go for other colleges. They're so fussy kids. If you're really aspiring for the best in the world, make sure you get those. Because the kids don't know. इनको मालूम ही नहीं है क्योंकि बच्चे का जीवन क्या है? It's like a frog in a well. उनको लगता है मैं जंगल का शेर हूँ लेकिन जंगल ही वो कुआं है. They have not seen the world outside. The only way you can get your kids exposed is by sharing best things. First thing, if they are in commerce, make them start reading Economic Times. It has to come to your house. They have to read an article and speak to you guys. So finance as a major theme, equity markets, commodity markets, forex markets, they never go out of fashion. Most people are with the very strong base of CA, CFA or MBA. Now only CA is also not useful. So CA plus a CFA, a CA plus an MBA or an MBA plus a CFA, a CS plus a law. This will open a lot of your openings in finance and law. And the moment I said the word law, National Law School Bangalore, National Law School Hyderabad, National Law School Kolkata, National Law School Jodhpur, National Law School Bhopal, National Law School Gandhinagar, Raipur, ये भारत की 7 बेस्ट लॉ स्कूल्स है जो एक एग्जाम कंडक्ट कर रहा है दिसंबर में कॉल्ड एज क्लेट. 12th स्टैंडर्ड वाले बच्चे क्लेट एग्जाम देते हैं. 12वीं के बाद 5 साल का लॉ प्रोग्राम है. एक टिपिकल BA LLB वाला कोर्स नहीं है. LLB डिग्री है बट दे आर फ्रॉम द वेरी प्रेस्टिजियस नेशनल लॉ स्कूल्स. दे आर एज गुड एज IIMs just for making it easy. How many of you are giving CLET in December? 1, 2. Only 2 girls. Thank you. Now, sir and madam, बच्चे आपके बच्चे के लिए सोचो एक CLET क्या है. Such a big school, only 2 kids. Such a popular school. And I'll tell you why. Cyril Amarchand Mangaldas, Shardul Amarchand Mangaldas, Jyoti Sagar, Luthra, Khaitan, AZP Partners, Nishit Desai Associates, Janak Dwarkadas, ये भारत की top श्रेष्ठ law firms है. They only go to national law schools to hire. I was speaking with Mr. Amar Singh ji, Executive Director, Khaitan, one of the top law firms in India and the oldest law firm. He says our National Law School, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Kolkata, we only hire 70 lawyers every year. The starting salary is between 16 to 24 lakhs for a 20 to 23-year-old child. Average salaries young lawyers in ये सब law firmों में 29 से 32 साल के lawyers के पगार 1-1.5 करोड़ पहुंच गए. It's not the money, it's the power. You deal with the most complex law cases of some of the most renowned companies. ये सारे law firms काफी टाइम केस कभी अटकते सॉल्व नहीं करते. गोज टू अ गाय कॉल हरीश साल्वे. उनका लॉयर का हरीश साल्वे का बच्चों को समझाओ आदमी कौन है. डिग्री उसके पास 2 ही है, चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट प्लस लॉयर. कोई धंधा या व्यापार आप ऐसा कर ही नहीं सकते हो बड़े लेवल पे विदाउट अ सपोर्ट ऑफ अ एक्सपर्ट फ्रॉम फाइनेंस एंड लॉ. यू नीड अ फाइनेंशियल एक्सपर्ट, लीगल एक्सपर्ट. कोई भी बड़ा विजन है आपका तो अगर घर का ही बच्चा फाइनेंस या लॉ में अच्छा हो गया, व्हाट्स रॉन्ग? इट कैन हेल्प इन देयर बिजनेस आल्सो, योर बिजनेस आल्सो, इवन इफ दे डोंट वांट टू डू जॉब्स. बट इसकी एंट्रेंस एग्जाम नेशनल लॉ स्कूल में जाने के लिए 12th में ही होती है. उसके बाद देयर इज नो एंट्री टू नेशनल लॉ स्कूल्स। फिर हर शहर में, हर गली मोहल्ले में छोटे छोटे लॉ कॉलेज है, वो ठीक है। भारत में 70,000 लॉयर्स बनते हैं हर साल, LLB। 12 के बाद 5 years and after 15 you can do it for 3 years। अगर आपको 12 के बाद करना है तो 5 साल लगता है, और 12 + 3 के बाद करना है तो और 3 years, तो 1 साल बिगड़ता है आपका उसमें। पर ठीक है, वो 15 के बाद वाले लॉ, नेशनल लॉ स्कूल्स ओनली टेक स्टूडेंट्स आफ्टर 12th स्टैंडर्ड। नाउ इट इज अगेन disheartening to see only 2 girls raising hand. It's not their fault. No one came and told them about this. This is not even a discussion by parent at home, because by default आप अपने अपने फील्ड में बिजी होते हैं, तो नेशनल लॉ स्कूल बात नहीं निकलती नहीं है। 51,000 बच्चे परीक्षा दे रहे हैं फॉर 500 लॉ स्कूल सीट्स इन दिसंबर। सारे बच्चे 12 के साथ ही दे रहे हैं। पेरेंट्स पूछते अरे सर 12 के साथ देंगे तो 12 होएगा? अरे पूरा दुनिया देता है 12 के साथ, आपके अकेले बच्चे थोड़ी है। All entrance exams are meant to be given when the child is in 12. The kid has to give it. So do make sure these things. I am a big fan, and I'll tell you why. I will only speak facts, not that I am speaking out my passions over here. US, सबसे वर्ल्ड का richest country का highest paid professionals are lawyers. Then come doctors, then comes engineers, IT. Highest paid professionals are lawyers. जब देश का प्रगति होता है और पैसे का पागलपन बढ़ता है, तो अब झगड़े का सबका मूल कारण पैसा होता है। राइट फ्रॉम रिलेशंस इन द फैमिली टू कॉर्पोरेट लेवल्स, देयर आर मोर फ्यूड्स एंड डिस्प्यूट्स, एंड हेंस लॉयर्स डोर्स आर नॉक्ड एंड देयर प्रोफेशन टिक्स अप। कोविड था, सब धंधे बंद हुए, चालू हुए, कितने बिजनेस बंद है। अ फाइनेंस और अ लॉयर, देयर बिजनेस नेवर वेंट आउट ऑफ फैशन। टू वेरी बिग थीम्स, एंड अ लीगली साउंड पर्सन, people will think twice in your life to mess around with someone who is legally sound. एक बार बोले लॉयर, अरे भाई ठीक है भाई सर, मैस नहीं करना है। So lot of time people ask me कि CA लॉयर ये सब डिग्री ज्यादा वैल्यू है कि BBA। मैं बोला आप सिंपल चीज करो, किसको पूछने मत जाओ। संडे आप बैठे हो घर पे, कोई BMC का नोटिस आया, मतलब सूरत म्युनिसिपल कॉर्पोरेशन का यहाँ से नोटिस आया, तुम्हारा कोई इनकम टैक्स का नोटिस आया, कोई भी एक गवर्नमेंट का नोटिस आ गया, whom will you go and ring a bell? An MBA staying on the 11th floor, or a CA lawyer, let's say, staying on a 4th, 5th floor? I want parents to answer. Will you go and ring a bell of an MBA or a CA lawyer? Parents, good morning parents. मैं आपको लग रहा है आपको आपकी क्लास ले रहा हूँ यहाँ पे, but I need you to be responding. We all know the answers, no? Who will be an expert? मैंने CA MBA दोनों किया हुआ है। हमको MBA में सिर्फ 60 पेज का लॉ सिखाया था, 60 पेजेस, और CA इंटर में हम 600, CA इंटर फाइनल में कॉर्पोरेट लॉ के 600 सेक्शन लर्न करते हैं। जब ग्राइंडिंग होती है ना बच्चों की, क्यों IITs, ये IIMs, ये नीट, ये एम्स, ये CA, इनकी क्यों महत्व है? इज इट अ हाइप? 100% नो। जब कॉर्पोरेट्स में आप लोग भी, ऑल ऑफ अस लिव्स आवर डे टू डे लाइफ, कितने चैलेंजेस आएंगे लाइफ में, तो चैलेंजेस को फेस करने के लिए किन बच्चों का ब्रेन रोस्ट हुआ है। जब ये बच्चों ने छोटी उम्र में सबसे कठिन परीक्षाएं दी है, उन्होंने फोकस रखा है, इट स्पीक्स वॉल्यूम्स अबाउट द हार्ड वर्क, एंड दैट व्हाट बिग कंपनीज लव्स लेटर। They want these kids who are roasted early. They have worked very, very hard. So they know the challenges. Even the most complex situations, their jaws won't drop down. And hence make them choose a relatively tough exam. तो दिसंबर में क्लैट हो रहा है, जैन में डिजाइन के एंट्रेंस एग्जाम्स है। नाउ डिजाइन, आई डोंट नो वेदर यू पेरेंट्स नो, 6th स्टैंडर्ड से डिजाइन थिंकिंग एक सब्जेक्ट आया है CBSE में इस साल से। 6th स्टैंडर्ड से आएगा डिजाइन थिंकिंग। कोई भी दुनिया में चीज हम देखते हैं, someone has made it. The design element is so important. So जनरली आम पब्लिक को डिजाइन मतलब फैशन डिजाइन, ज्वेलरी डिजाइन, इंटीरियर डिजाइन। अरे आपको शौक लगेगा, सिरामिक डिजाइन, टाइल्स पे डिजाइन का 4 साल का प्रोग्राम है। ये कतार में फीफा हो रहा है, तो मैंने इन बच्चों को बोला था कि आदिदास, रिबॉक, नाइकी, प्यूमा, डेक्लेथॉन, एसिस, बाटा, लिबर्टो, रिलैक्सो, कैंपस, सारे शूज की डिजाइनिंग इंडिया में होती है। 4 साल का कोर्स है, फुटवेयर डेवलपमेंट डिजाइन इंस्टीट्यूट, फुटवेयर का डिजाइनिंग का प्रोग्राम है आफ्टर 12। 4 साल का गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया की कॉलेज है। Animations, graphics, everything is VFX nowadays. Mobile, gaming, animation will never go out of fashion. Animation and graphic design, textile and apparel design. IKEA तो अभी आया 2016 में भारत में. 2002 से IKEA हायर कर रहा है NIT अहमदाबाद से. फर्नीचर डिजाइन का 4 साल का प्रोग्राम है 12वीं के बाद. बट आपको शॉक लगेगा, ये NIT अहमदाबाद एशिया का बेस्ट डिजाइन स्कूल है, नॉट इंडिया. 12th के बाद ही उसमें एंट्री मिलता है. हर कोर्स में 10, 12 या 15 सीट. आज गूगल पे जाके 5 मिनट देखो NIT अहमदाबाद, 5 मिनट लगता है आपके कार में मोबाइल में से. सी द सीट्स 10, 12 और 15, 10 कोर्स है, हर एक में या तो 10 सीटें, 12 सीटें, 15 सीटें, कुल मिला के 102 सीट्स है. उसके लिए अरे इस साल वापस 29,000 बच्चे एग्जाम दे रहे. बट अपने बच्चों को तो मालूम ही नहीं था NIT क्या है. द बेस्ट डिजाइन स्कूल इन एशिया, नॉट इन इंडिया. 2019 का प्री कोविड बैच, एंटायर बैच ऑफ NIT अहमदाबाद अब्सॉर्ब बाय Zara फॉर द Ibiza, Barcelona and Madrid ऑफिस फ्रॉम इंडिया. एंड ऑल 15 ही बच्चे थे. एवरेज पैकेज 24-25 lakhs. Forget the money. Money will come. Money is not everything. Money is just to create the excitement, just to get them. Money is a byproduct. But ये NIT के entrance exam जैन में, how many of you are giving NIT entrance exam here? None. Only one girl. NIFT फैशन डिजाइन की तरुण तैनियानी, मनीष मल्होत्रा, अब्बू जानी, संदीप खोसला, फाल्गुनी, शेन पिकॉक, ऋतु कुमार, ऋतु बेरी, शैना एनसी, अनीता डोंगरे, अर्चना कोचर, सब्यसाची, रॉकी एस, ये सारे फैशन डिजाइनर्स आर इधर अलुमनाइज और रिक्रूटर्स फ्रॉम निफ्ट कैंपसेस. फेब में एग्जाम है इनकी. सिर्फ फैशन डिजाइन प्रोग्राम नहीं है निफ्ट में, 4 साल के कोर्सेज है, डिग्री बाय गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया. निफ्ट Delhi, Bombay and Bangalore are the top 3 campuses. They have programs on leather design, accessories design, knitwear design. Surat, India ka textile capital. Only one girl giving design exams. Leather design, accessories design, knitwear design, fashion communication एक program है. निफ्ट के बाद लोग लग्जरी रिटेल करते हैं. आप शॉपिंग फैशन स्ट्रीट में करो, बिग बाजार, शॉपर स्टॉप, पेंटालून्स में करो, Zara, H&M में करो, और यू गो टू उबर लग्जरी ब्रांड, Louis Vuitton, Fendi, Burberry, Gucci, Armani, Estee Lauder, Dolce Gabbana. ये सारे लोग का एक जो टॉप लेवल का जो उसको लग्जरी रिटेल कोर्स आता है. पैसे लोग वाले लोग को माल कैसे बेचना. फॉरगेट मुकेश अंबानी एंटीलिया में रहता है, उसके सामने लोड़ा एटमाउंट बिल्डिंग है, 45 से 140 करोड़ का फ्लैट के प्राइसेस है. ईच फ्लोर वन फ्लैट रेंजेस बिटवीन 45 to 140 crores. How do you sell a person a flat of 140 crores if he comes to buy that type of a flat? उसको बोलते लग्जरी रिटेल. एक करियर है. Montblanc की ओरिजिनल पैंट 16 लाख, रोलेक्स ओरिजिनल वॉच 1 CR प्लस. हाउ डू यू सेल दैट टू सच क्लाइंट्स? और जब देश की प्रगति होती है तो ये वर्ग बढ़ने वाला है जो इस चीजों पे खर्चा करता है. तो लग्जरी रिटेल बड़ा फील्ड है. Why couldn't kids get? और सिखाते क्या है all these things? But there is also hospitality which is a major theme. So let me complete on NIFT. NIFT की entrance exam is in February. ये सारी 12th में आती exams. And there is something called as fashion communication. आपने कुछ चीज बनाया है, उसको communicate करो. Hello magazine, Vogue magazine. How do you communicate what fashion thing you are creating? और fashion हर चीज में, luxury हर चीज में, real estate में भी है luxury. लग्जरी लाइटिंग्स है, लग्जरी ऑटोमेशंस है, लग्जरी कार, हर चीज में लग्जरी वाला प्रोडक्ट्स है. तो अगर आपका व्यापार है, आपका उस बिजनेस लाइन में है, बच्चों को इन्वॉल्व करना है, वो नहीं है उसको एक्सपैंड करना है, योर किड्स आर द परफेक्ट रिसोर्सेज टू ट्रेन देम, इवन इफ दे डोंट वांट टू गो एंड डू जॉब्स. इन March 10, so CLET in December, Jan NIT, 12th Feb NIFT, March they have 12th boards. April they have actuaries. I have spoken about actuaries. In May they have BBA entrance exam. कुछ नहीं है तो एटलीस्ट BBA के एंट्रेंस एग्जाम देनी चाहिए. कुछ नहीं है तो उसका रीजन कि वही BBA एंट्रेंस की एग्जाम का सारा सिलेबस वापस MBA में आएगा. ऑलमोस्ट 100% सिमिलर है, खाली कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी बढ़ता है. तो मे में एटलीस्ट BBA के एग्जाम तो बच्चों को देनी चाहिए along with 12. In May you have also private law schools like OP Jindal. तो ओपी जिंदाल लॉ स्कूल इज इन दिल्ली, नेशनल लॉ स्कूल दिल्ली की अलग एंट्रेंस एग्जाम है ILET. तो ये लॉ की एंट्रेंस एग्जाम. एक और कोर्स निकलता है कंपनी सेक्रेटरी. कंपनी सेक्रेटरी मींस लॉ. फॉर एनी एवरेज पेरेंट्स कंपनी सेक्रेटरी मींस कॉर्पोरेट लॉ. लॉ ही है बट कॉर्पोरेट लॉ. अब हम बात करते ज्यादातर लॉ में, तो वी जनरली स्पीक अबाउट सिविल लॉ विच इज कॉर्पोरेट लॉ, नॉट मोर ऑन द क्रिमिनल साइड ऑफ इट. देन देयर आर किड्स हु वांट्स टू थिंक अबाउट यूपीएससी. ये जैन समाज है, उनका जीतो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है, प्रमोट कर रहा है कि बच्चे यूपीएससी वाले इंडिया के लिए जैन समाज से यूपीएससी की ट्रेनिंग ले. तो उनके लिए अकोमोडेशन सब्सिडाइज, सब दिल्ली में ट्रेनिंग है. 10.5 लाख लोग ने परीक्षा दिया, 643 जन पास हुए यूपीएससी में. 2022 का रिजल्ट, 643 सिलेक्शंस out of 10.5 lakh kids who sits for UPSC. But we don't want to speak on UPSC because वो 21 साल पे आप परीक्षा दे सकते हो. अभी तो हम 12 के बाद वाली बात कर रहे हैं. So why am I sharing all these things? What are the new careers? ये सब सुना हुआ है, नए टाइप के कोई careers बोलो. डिजिटल मीडिया, बट कितना कॉमन है, हर आदमी कर सकता है, उसके लिए कोई सुपर ब्रेन्स नहीं चाहिए. इट्स वेरी कॉमन. You do a 6 months, 1 year program, you can get into digital media. Advertising and journalism is a big theme. Actually, हम इंडिया में सेलिब्रेट नहीं करते, बट अहमदाबाद को भारत का एजुकेशन कैपिटल घोषित करना चाहिए. आप तो गुजरात वाले हो, तो आपको शेयर कर रहा हूँ. आई एम अहमदाबाद, माइका मुद्रा इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन एडवर्टाइजिंग अहमदाबाद, सेप्ट बेस्ट आर्किटेक्चर कॉलेज अहमदाबाद, नेशनल लॉ स्कूल गांधीनगर, नेशनल लॉ स्कूल गांधीनगर, IIT गांधीनगर. इतने सारे कॉलेजेस है अहमदाबाद में. दे आर अमंग द बेस्ट इन द कंट्री. NIT अहमदाबाद, द बेस्ट इन डिजाइन. They have got all prestigious colleges there. But we've never celebrated that as an education capital of India. It's unfortunately Pune. Anyways, coming on the more serious side, I have taken आपका एक डेढ़ घंटा गया. I think we started around 8:20, 8:30. It should be 9:30. I don't want to really take a lot of time because the working day for parents also will have to go back to your businesses. But my only thing was to create awareness. Hospitality, ताज और ओबेरॉय का खुद का कोर्स है. तो ताज 12 के बाद 4 years प्रोग्राम सिखाता है at IHM औरंगाबाद. Oberoi Hotels and Resorts teaches hospitality free of cost. After 12th standard, they teach 30 students pan India hospitality free. Monday to Friday आपको Oberoi में काम करना है. Saturday Sunday they teach you at the Oberoi Center of Learning and Development in Gurgaon is a STEP program called as the STEP program. Now I meet parents. Sir, ये क्या हॉस्पिटल, मेरे बच्चे को होटल में काम है. अरे सर एंड मैडम, hospitality is not only hotel management. It's a much bigger word. It teaches your child mannerism, class, chivalry, etiquette, politeness. आज बच्चे को यही तो फिनिशिंग स्कूल है. आप कोई भी व्यापार, कोई भी धंधे में जाओ, everyone wants to be treated well, with a smile, with a greet nicely, talk nicely. The kids have to have. This is the manners. A lot of families and kids are finding challenging to imbibe in them. So hospitality. I know a parent, Royal Bank of Scotland HR head, NatWest Group. He says, Dhaval, मेरे front office में banking के सारे लोग, majority लोग I hire from hospitality. Because how to handle high-end net worth clients, उसके लिए वो skills चाहिए. So other than food and beverage, front desk, housekeeping, luxury retail, our openings. Yeah, works. So So ये hospitality super program है. We've got some very good colleges in the world. Like, let me speak other than Taj and Oberoi. École Hotel Lausanne, Switzerland. Le Roche, Switzerland. Glios, Switzerland. Hotel France. Oxford Brookes, England. School of Hospitality admission in Cornell in US. The Haag Schools, Netherlands. The Emirates Academy, Dubai, and the Blue Mountain School, Australia. They are the top 10 hotel management schools in the world, the hospitality schools. You would want to go to the internationally the best because how to handle international guests, international clients. आपके बड़े बड़े exhibitions होते हैं. चलो आप डायमंड में, आपका एंटवर्प में exhibition होने वाला है. आपकी कंपनी का ही बहुत बड़ा स्टॉल है. How do you greet your international clients? How do you do the marketing? It is just not hotel management that they teach. They teach all subjects of management when they are teaching hospitality. You have to have a broader mindset towards it. But someone needs to come. मेरा बच्चा कमजोर है, पढ़ने में इंटरेस्ट नहीं है, ठीक है ना? That's fine. There are courses for the child as well. Think about hospitality. Think about media and journalism. You don't need too much of maths. प्रसून जोशी, IMT गाजियाबाद से MBA किया. मैकेन एरिक्सन, वर्ल्ड की वन ऑफ द टॉप एडवर्टाइजिंग फर्म का चेयरमैन है साउथ एशिया का. उसको लिखने का शौक है, वो लिरिसिस्ट है, पार्ट टाइम लिखता है गुलजार जैसे मूवी के लिए. बट वो मैकेन का चेयरमैन है. वो मैकेन, O&M, Ogilvy, McCann, Saatchi, Tricia, J.W. Thomson, Publicis, some of the world's best ad making companies. You can get into अभी journalism में. There is financial journalism. मेरा एक student था मंगलम मल्लू. I gave a visiting lecture to KC में मीडिया में ऐसे में lecture देने गया था. तो he loved my lecture. मेरे को finance भी सीखना है सर, आपसे बात करने में मेरे को थोड़ा finance में ज़्यादा interest आ रहा है. मैंने journalism का तो course किया, मैंने किया तो CFA. He did CFA after his BMM at KC. Today is one of the youngest and the best news reader of CNBC TV 18. आप डालो मंगलम मल्लू. So he's practicing financial journalism. If you like travel journalism. You can be a blogger, script writer, content writer. You can make into short movie making. It's all fine, short reels making. So such a lot of scope these things have created. But you can just not do anything without having a proper awareness of it. एक simple buffet में हम लोग जाते हैं lunch या dinner लेने में, बच्चों को भी last time बोला था. We don't go to the first counter and start pouring things into our plate. We take a walk around the spread, choose our cuisine preference, and then we start pouring things into our plate. In real life, there is a walk around the spread of careers. ये दो चार चीज समाज में सुन लिया और बच्चों को करा दिया. No, these are your biggest investment. So, last time तो बच्चों के साथ बात हुई थी. They rejoiced it. A lot of them had come with queries. I want to wrap it up, not take too much of time because of paucity of time. I'll be happy if I can take questions because I've spoken on entrance exams in a form from December to May, June, which the child will have it in 12. If they want to go to US to study, there is an exam called SATs or ACTs to study. If they want to go to Canada, मतलब आपको एक basic मोटा खर्चा भी बोल देता हूँ, and that should not be a problem for a lot of school, especially good schools like this where parents have a better profile. 1.2 to 3 crores to study in US for bachelors. Canada is around 1.2 to 3 crores. Again, fluctuations of currencies and all will vary. Europe is little cheaper. England and Ireland should be around 1 crore. Australia and New Zealand should be around 1 crore. But US and Canada would be a little on the more expensive side. So is Singapore. So ये bachelors की पढ़ाई है अगर दूसरे देशों में भेजना है. इंडिया में भी BBA कोर्स लगभग 3 लाख से लेके 40 लाख का फीस इंडिया में हो गया आज का बीबीए का. एमबीए भी उस टाइप का है. 1 साल का एमबीए आईएसबी हैदराबाद में करना है, 1 साल का. भारत की बहुत एक अच्छी कॉलेज है एमबीए आईएसबी हैदराबाद में 50 लाख फी, 43 लाख तो ट्यूशन फीस है, खाना पीना पढ़ाई रहना 52 लाख हैदराबाद की फीस है 1 साल की एमबीए की. वो भी 800 मार्क का जीमैट में से 700 ऊपर आया तो एडमिशन मिलता है. और जीमैट सेट इसमें होता क्या है 50% मैथ्स 50% इंग्लिश. तो पैसा होने के बावजूद मार्क्स नहीं है तो कौन एडमिशन देने वाला है. एंड देन गोइंग टू एवरेज कॉलेजेस बिकॉज ऑल दीज मार्केट्स आर वेरी एजेंट ड्रिवन बिकॉज आपको कहीं भी अब्रॉड पहुंचा देंगे फालतू कॉलेज में एंड दे गेट कमिशंस फॉर सेंडिंग यू टू एवरेज कॉलेजेस. बट वी डोंट वांट आवर चिल्ड्रन व्हेन यू आर गोइंग इन सम ऑफ द बेस्ट स्कूल्स लाइक G.D.Goenka, your CV should only get better from here. You don't want to drop there. So very important are the right programs. Do all parents agree on that? Yeah. Kids, I have come again. I hope I can take questions because we will have science after this. So anyone who has got questions, at least on the commerce and humanities, I have not spoken on 2 areas, psychology and economics, very popular courses. But again, they sometimes lack in terms of scope. So ideally choose professions which are more corporate wise, more in demand. I have not spoken on marketing, more on human resource. These are all management programs you do at master's level. I have still restricted my conversation a lot to bachelor's level. So, धंधा हो या business हो, business का art क्या है? To employ someone better than you under you. But आप अपने नीचे सबसे better को कब आप employ कर पाओगे? जब आपका उस level का vision and smartness है. And the only way you get it is through education. So we deal with the most marquee families and the most renowned set of kids from the top industrialist families. For them, education from the best universities is indispensable. I can just give an example of Jai Kotak, Dhaval Kotak, Uday Kotak's son. Kotak Mahindra Bank का chairman है. 15-20 हजार करोड़ की पार्टी है, उसको कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. But Jai is clearly a bachelor's from Cornell and a master's from Harvard. And it has its own, benefits as well. He's just got engaged to his fiancée, is an MBA from Yale, ex-Miss India. You will find a proper life partner only if today they also find you brilliant enough. So right from your matrimonial prospects to your real life prospect, right from socio-economic presence to your own aspirations, education is absolutely mandatory, and from the best possible way. But again, as I said, not everyone is meant to get 99%. Not everyone will go to the world's best college. But even if you want to be a DJ, Chetas is my friend. तो DJ था तो Chetas बन गया, DJ Chetas brand बनाया. अदुना अख्तर, फरहान अख्तर's wife, B blend salon चालू किया. She sold it to Godrej consumers for few hundred crores. So whatever you do, try to be the best at it. That's my humble submission today. But for that, hard work is absolutely the most important. And kids, better. Whoever parents have come over here, trust me, they are the living gods on this earth. Do not try to fool around and say आपको कुछ समझ में नहीं आएगा, आप नहीं समझ पाओगे. Whatever they have seen more Diwalis than you, just with all, because I love the prayers, the way the kids were saying कि कितना ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन हो जाता है. वो बच्चे भगवान को याद कर रहे थे अभी प्रेयर में, माँ बाप को याद कर रहे थे. And moment the kids are at a certain age group, they feel they are above the earth. So all you kids, once again, if you really appreciate of whatever I spoke, to your living parents in the house, all around you, and to your parents in the school, for your teachers, can we once again clap for them, and for your school to have this session. I'm open to questions if any parents you just want to raise hands, because you won't get time to meet me like this every time. Please, I travel around 17 cities in the country and around Middle East to do these sessions. Yes, sir. Sir, 9th standard, I love what you said. For 9th standard, why we wanted, मैंने मैम को बोला कि 9th standard को पेरेंट्स को सारी चीज़ सुनने दो, क्योंकि सर ये 10th, 11th, 12th के बारे में हम क्यों बात कर रहे थे कि 9th से आप ये चीज़ को एब्जॉर्ब करो, क्योंकि आने वाले ये सारे पढ़ाव आ रहे हैं बच्चों के लिए. 9th और स्पेशली 10th के पेरेंट्स को हमने क्यों बुलाया था कि ये जो 12th की एंट्रेंस एग्जाम्स है ना सारी, वो आपको 9th से मालूम पड़ गई आज. जो काफी पेरेंट्स जो 12th में आए जिनको आज मालूम पड़ा, आपको 9th से मालूम पड़ गया. तो दिस कॉन्वर्सेशन वाज फॉर यू एज वेल. बट मैं क्यों 10th 12th का नाम ज्यादा 12th का बोल रहा था कि सर उनके लिए तो ये आईसीयू है, ये इंटेंसिव केयर यूनिट में बच्चे इस लेवल पे, कि उनको दे हैव टू प्लान नाउ. आपके पास तो 3 साल है और प्लानिंग के लिए, 2 साल 3 साल है, इनके पास तो टाइम ही नहीं है, अगले महीने एग्जाम है. तो आई केप्ट रेफरिंग 12th बिकॉज ये सारी एग्जाम्स 12th में आ रही, बट इट वाज फॉर ऑल 9, 10, 11 सबके लिए था सर. खाली इतना अच्छा है कि 9, 10, 11 पेरेंट्स के लिए एटलीस्ट शांति होगी, हाँ अपने पास टाइम है. जो 12th वाले पेरेंट्स दे विल फील कि नहीं, चला गया तो ठीक है, अभी आगे जो है वो होएगा. बट इट वाज फॉर एवरीवन सर. या यस सर.
Whereas in they are guided to, how to select it. I was just speaking to my child right now, and she was like, where can I start?
Sir,
How do I know what I should do?
Superb. So this you've chosen the question with the bottom of my heart. मैं मेरे कोई सेमिनार में मेरे कंपनी के बारे में कुछ बोलता नहीं हूँ. Now let me speak a little bit. Exactly answering your question. Sir, I understood your question. Perfect. फर्स्ट थिंग पेरेंट इज आस्किंग सर ये सब इतना सारा एग्जाम्स का बारे में बात किया, मेरे बच्चों के व्हाट इज इट फॉर द चाइल्ड, व्हाट इज यू डूइंग. ओके, सो लेट मी नाउ शेयर. गो टू वेबसाइट. वी आर द फर्स्ट कंपनी इन द कंट्री awarded by the government of Gujarat the project to launch tech counseling across 34 districts, entire length and breadth of Gujarat. Now what is this? What are we doing? सारे करियर के आप वेबसाइट पे जाओगे तो हर दिन 365 दिन में से 300 दिन 2 मंथ्स को छोड़ के हम लोग जूम पे करियर चैनल चला रहे हैं. हर करियर के 3-3 दिन के वर्कशॉप्स है. एग्जाम्पल, सबसे सिंपल एग्जाम्पल, कोई भी एक करियर आप ले लो जो आपके माइंड में आपको जानना है. सर डिजाइन, परफेक्ट. तो डिजाइन का आप जाओ वेबसाइट पे, यू विल फाइंड अ वर्कशॉप ऑन डिजाइन. ओके, नाउ 3 डेज का वर्कशॉप है, शाम को 5:30 से 7. हमने 30 टॉप ट्रेंडिंग करियर सिलेक्ट किए जो काफी ट्रेंड में. इनका मॉनसून, विंटर, स्प्रिंग और समर साल में 4 बार इनके साइकिल के वर्कशॉप्स होते हैं. तो जैसे आज 16 नवंबर को डिजाइन का वर्कशॉप है शाम को 5:30 बजे, तो आपकी लड़की ये वेबसाइट पे जाके रजिस्टर करेगी. शाम को 5:30 से 6:30 उसको डिजाइन के सारे पहलू समझाए जाएंगे बाय द एक्सपर्ट्स फ्रॉम आवर कंपनी। कि जैसे मैंने अभी फट बोल दिया प्रोडक्ट डिजाइन सिरामिक, अरे भाई है क्या है, बच्चों को सिरामिक क्या है वो तो समझाओ, तो समझाया जाता है 1 घंटा। 6:30 से 7 हाफ एन आवर जो लड़का या लड़की NID या निफ्ट में पढ़ रहा है या रोड आइलैंड स्कूल या पार्सन्स, वर्ल्ड की सबके अच्छी स्कूलों में ये बच्चे 6:30 से 7 जूम कॉल पे आते हैं एंड दे शेयर देयर एक्सपीरियंस, हाउ हैव दे गॉट एडमिशंस देयर। Yeah, take the mic, we can have a conversation. So, can I complete this, sir, and then talk to you, sir? Yeah, let me complete this. So, ये day 1 है आज. Day 2, the dean or a vice chancellor or an academic person from a design school will come and share कि 4 साल में पढ़ना क्या होता है, उसके लिए क्या आपका एप्टीट्यूड होना चाहिए, आपकी क्या इंटरेस्ट होनी चाहिए, आपकी क्या पर्सनैलिटी होनी चाहिए, आपके क्या ट्रेड्स होने चाहिए, आपको कहाँ जाके थोड़ा बहुत इसके बारे में जानना चाहिए लोकल एरियाज में, किसके नीचे आपको मेंटोरिंग कराना है, क्योंकि एवरेज फैमिली को मेंटरशिप मिलती नहीं है। हम हर माँ बाप को यहाँ एक बेसिक हम्बल रिक्वेस्ट कर रहे हैं, अगर आप अपने फील्ड में कुछ अच्छा अचीव कर रहे हो, जो काफी लोग करते हैं, अगर किसी बच्चे यंग बच्चे को उस फील्ड की जानकारी चाहिए, प्लीज हेल्प देम। एवरेज फैमिली को डिजाइनर से मिल नहीं सकते, बात नहीं कर सकते, तो हम ये एकेडमिक बॉडी डे 2 से गाइडेंस होता है और एक टास्क दी जाती है जो बच्चा सॉल्व करता है, देखने के लिए उसको उस चीज में मजा आ रहा है कि नहीं। इट्स अ केस स्टडी गिवन। डे 3 इज अ कॉर्पोरेट कनेक्ट। So one of the big fashion designer brand or one of the designer brand in anything, not fashion, designer could be in any part, will come and share कि corporate world में उन बच्चों को क्या qualities चाहिए वहाँ काम करने के लिए। तो academic interaction जो बच्चा कैंपस पे पढ़ रहा है, academic teachers interaction day 2 और day 3 में corporate interaction। ये 3 interaction के बाद उनकी aptitude test का भी ऑप्शन होता है। उनके बाद अगर उनको कुछ चाहिए तो ऑनलाइन सेशंस होते हैं, नहीं होंगे तो हम हर सिटी में, भारत में 25 सिटी में स्कूलों में काउंसलिंग सेंटर खोल रहे हैं। हमने शुरू किया इंदौर में, हमने बॉम्बे में हमारे खुद के 11 सेंटर्स हैं, हम सूरत में, ऐसे रायपुर में, सब जगह हम जा रहे हैं। तो काफ़ी जगह हम एक स्कूल में, एक सिटी में एक सेंटर खोलते हैं। तो हमको महेश्वरी विद्यापीठ ने ऑलरेडी जगह दे दिया है स्कूल में सेशंस करने के लिए। सो सूरत की ये स्कूल है, तो एग्जाम्पल। सो नाउ दिस आर ऑफलाइन सेंटर कि भाई हाँ, ये ऑनलाइन तो समझ आ गया, अभी हमको पेरेंट्स को भी आके मिलना है, तो कोई होना चाहिए। इट्स अ वेरी सिस्टमैटिकली डन थिंग and I completely respect, but generally I don't speak about my companies, इसलिए मैंने कॉन्वर्सेशन रखा नहीं था। बट ये सारा प्लेटफॉर्म है क्योंकि टेक के माध्यम से हमको छोटे छोटे जगह पहुंचना है।
But I got this question here because you know what right now the youth is facing is they are not sure, as you pointed out in the very first sentence of yours, that they are not sure what to do. It's not like, you know, many of us are not born with that you know, thought in mind ki okay, we have to do this only. So as I'm speaking to my daughter maybe, or you know, any other friends of hers or whatever, they are not sure what to do. So right now what you pointed out partially answers my question, that how will they come to know about this? Okay, so that is through you know, they have to go to sites or your site or whatever, and then you know, kind of try to figure it out. But is there a better way, if you can tell them, you know, how exactly they should go about it?
I will. So when it's a one-on-one, I think, you know, you beautifully, I think the soul of the entire session is right now in the conversation having with you, because this is what the problem of parent face, कि हाँ भाई सब अच्छा है, सब दुनिया में मेरे बच्चों के लिए क्या है। So see child, that is what, when I do one-on-one session, the first thing I ask, parent has to be there. आपकी लड़की 14 या लड़का 15, 16, 17 साल की, यू हैव रेज्ड द चाइल्ड फ्रॉम 0 to 17, 0 to 16, तो आप माँ बाप को सबसे ज्यादा बच्चों की स्ट्रेंथ और वीकनेस मालूम है। उसको कौन सी चीज में रुचि थी, कौन सी चीज में इंटरेस्ट थी। पहले तो उनको एक्सपोजर ही नहीं होता है, उनको 4 या 5 या 6 चीज मालूम होती है, उनमें उनको उसमें से अनफॉर्चुनेटली चूज करना पड़ता है। लेट मी गो लिटिल बैक, या देयर इज अ नॉइज देयर। So they have to choose, unfortunately, something out of that. So as a parent, what will you do? Okay, what will you do as a parent? Start asking questions, start sharing, set role models. Lot of these people do not have inspirations in front of them. Well, ठीक है, first thing I ask them, who is your role model? Other than your mom, dad. They need to have role models. आज बच्ची है, जो आपकी बच्ची का एग्जाम्पल है, उसको पूछो कि तेरा रोल मॉडल क्या है, हाउ मच इंपॉर्टेंस डू यू गिव टू मनी, व्हाट मेक्स यू हैप्पी इन लाइफ, व्हाट ब्रिंग्स स्माइल ऑन योर फेस, व्हाट इज ब्रिंगिंग सैडनेस ऑन योर फेस, her aptitude, her interest could be very different. You may have indulged in a lot of activities in her past. She may love sketching, she may love drawing, music makes her happy. Okay, so maybe going into the kitchen makes her happy, helping her mom makes her happy, she's polite, she's emotional. Those qualities we need to start reading. There are careers where she will be a misfit because she'll get a cultural shock if she does not have the mind and the heart to do that every day. But होता क्या है, हम छोटे बच्चे, हम लोग भी 14, 15, 16 साल में नक्की करना पड़ता है at 14, 15, 16, 17 that what we will do at 40, 50, 60 and 70 in our life. But this is not our children, no? This is a problem worldwide. So how do we do it is a complete observation. Then what do we recommend in our sessions? That for example a gynec mother and a very senior orthopedic, the most renowned doctors in Bombay, they came for their daughter's guidance. Now medicine, NEET, PCM, PCBA सब बात चल रही थी, और लड़की का यार कोई मुझे तो इंटरेस्ट नहीं दिख रहा था उसमें. So first thing I told parents that you all are very renowned doctors, let her in a summer break, 10th खत्म हुआ, उसको 7 दिन 7 दिन उसको आपके पास आने दो, देखने दो if she is enjoying that. Come after a month and meet me. You know, after a month she said, मैं कुछ भी करूँगी, मेडिसिन तो करना ही नहीं. Get them a real life exposure. आपके रिसोर्सेज है, अगर आप पहचानते भी, होता क्या है, हर माँ बाप के हर, जैसे मेरा एक फ्रेंड है मॉर्गन स्टैनली का CEO रिदम देसाई. Now he says, I can meet anybody. For my daughter Sachi, I'm not getting the right person to guide for design and animations. Example. Now resource वाले लोगों के भी इतने कॉन्टेक्ट नहीं होते, तो तब ये जाके न्यूट्रल प्लेटफॉर्म हमको बनाना पड़ता है कि हर आदमी के हर कॉन्टेक्ट थोड़ी होते. तो आपको कहीं सही लोगों से जुड़ना है, जो बच्चे अच्छी जगह पढ़ रहे हैं, जो अच्छे डीन्स और वाइस चांसलर एकेडमिक हेड्स है, जिसको आप नॉर्मली बात भी नहीं कर पाओगे, या कॉर्पोरेट वालों से, हम सारे लोग को ये प्लेटफॉर्म पे लाए. तो दैट कॉन्वर्सेशन यू स्टार्ट अर्ली एंड देन यू सी देयर इज नो वन राइट आंसर द चाइल्ड विल गेट. इट्स अ प्रोसेस. 3 महीना, 6 महीना, 1 साल. तो बेस्ट टाइम टू डू इज 9th स्टैंडर्ड, बिकॉज टाइम है अपने पास. तो उसमें ट्रायल एरर होगा, उसके बाद भी कोई परफेक्ट आंसर नहीं आएगा, और ट्राई भी मत करना लाने की. प्लान ए, बी और सी रखना, क्योंकि प्लान ए अगर आप फोकस कर रहे हो तो जरूरी नहीं हो प्लान ए में सक्सेसफुल होगा. प्लान बी और सी एक्टिवेट करना चाहिए. दैट इज व्हाई वी सेट करियर प्लानिंग. कोई पहली चीज थोड़ी है कि मेरे को यही करना और वही होने वाला है, वो लाइफ का कोई वो गारंटी नहीं है. सो दैट इज व्हाई वी हैव बैकअप्स एंड प्लान्स. वो प्लानिंग है कि भाई तेरे को NIT डिफ में डिजाइन में जाना है, नहीं मिला तो क्या. क्योंकि ये सब चीज में कोई इतना इन्वॉल्विंग है ना सर, कि डिजाइन आप आइडेंटिफाई करो कि चलो भाई डिजाइन में जाना है, डिजाइन में भी 15 फील्ड है, कौन सी डिजाइन आपके हाथ में ही नहीं है. प्लस आप नक्की भी कर लोगे तो कॉलेज में आप बोलोगे प्रोडक्ट डिजाइन, तो मिलेगा नहीं एडमिशन. तो उसके बाद के अलग चैलेंजेस आएंगे. बट एटलीस्ट एट दिस स्टेज आपके पास बेस्ट टाइम है टू इंडल्ज. एंड आप, हम है, हमारी साइड है, और कोई साइड है, बाहर आपके रिश्तेदार में पहचान एक्सपर्ट्स, स्टार्ट टॉकिंग टू देम. हर फैमिली में, रिश्तेदारों में 5-7 लोग अच्छे होते हैं जो कुछ जीवन में अपने फील्ड में कर रहे हैं. लेके जाओ बच्चों को, लेट देम स्पीक 15 मिनट्स ऑन अ संडे के मैं आ रहा हूँ आज, बट 15 मिनट यू टॉक टू माई डॉटर. वो अलग बात करनी है बस, बाकी पूरी व्यवहार की बात अलग, बट 15 मिनट अबाउट व्हाट यू डू. कोई ना नहीं बोलेगा. डू ऑल पेरेंट्स एग्री? दिस इज द वे टू डू इट. बट आई थिंक you nailed it. This is a brilliant question. So I hope I could answer whatever I can.
From one thing to other.
Ma'am, बच्चे हैं ना.
नहीं, that's what I'm saying. So how to decide for them? Like my son, he said मुझे बेकरी बहुत पसंद है. I want to go for bakery. Then he said मुझे तो automobile sector में मुझे बहुत पसंद है. You know, you ask him for any of the cars, any of the thing, he will say इसका ये होता है, इसमें ये है, इसमें ये है. He will straight away answer you each and every question whatever you ask. But at what age they should go for it? And अभी he is in 10th, ठीक है, how to make him further.
I understood, ma'am. I think you very well asked again a very same question lot of parents goes through, and good you asked it. First they are impressionable age. हर 10 दिन 15 दिन में उनके सपने बदलेंगे, रोल मॉडल्स बदलेंगे, ये कॉमन है, और इसको होने दो, उसमें आप डिस्टर्ब मत करो. बट yes, some point in time they have to choose a field. I understand your problem. होता क्या है, ये बच्चे ग्लैमर से अट्रैक्ट होते हैं. तो कार्स, अच्छे ब्रांड्स, अच्छे मोबाइल के गैजेट्स, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक गैजेट्स, इनकी दुनिया बहुत छोटी है. So there are a lot of fields which has not even come to them. So the real life fields within, let's say for example in IT, augmented reality, virtual reality, Internet of Things, SaaS, cloud, ये बच्चा बात भी नहीं करता है generally average level पे. So a lot of things are not exposed to them. So those small fluctuations will happen. But हमेशा याद रखना 8, 9, 10 स्टैंडर्ड के अर्ली स्टेज में एक होता है ड्रीम एंड फैंटेसी और एक होता है टारगेट्स एंड गोल्स. The boys have to be converted to the men's and the girls to women. They have to have that seriousness, but it's a process. It will not happen in one day. आप 10 बार बोलो तू नक्की कर कितना टाइम अभी एंड टाइम आ गया अभी भी तूने नक्की नहीं किया है मैं कब से बोल रही हूँ तू 4 जन को पूछ 5 जन को. But the kids are in their own world. वो अपनी दुनिया में ही है. उसका मेन प्रॉब्लम भी क्या है मैं आपको उसके लिए भी मूल कारण समझाता हूँ कि काफ़ी बच्चों में एक एक्सपोजर नहीं है दूसरी सीरियसनेस भी नहीं है. काफ़ी पेरेंट्स ने बच्चों को पहले क्या था हमारे समय में पेट खाली दिमाग में जवाबदारी. बिकॉज 1947 में इंडिया इंडिपेंडेंट हुआ 95% इंडियन के पास पैसे नहीं थे टिल 1975 टिल 1985. तो मेहनत का एक अलग जुनून था. आज के बच्चे में क्या है पेट भी भरा हुआ है दिमाग में जवाबदारी नहीं. सो दे आर टेकिंग लाइफ टू लाइटली. देयर इज नो सीरियसनेस. हैंस दे कीप चेंजिंग. अरे ये नहीं ना चलो ये तो मम्मी तो हाँ बोल देगी पापा तो हाँ बोल देगी. They are taking things for granted. What discipline is really lacking across families, across country, across. As the country grows, prosperity grows. This is a major problem that I am seeing across families. So you have to make it serious. बेकरी कर रहा है मैंने आज अभी 10 जो कोर्स के नाम दिए मुझे एक 1 A4 साइज का रिपोर्ट पेज बना के दे. इंडिया के बेस्ट पेटिसरीज कंपनीज कौन सी है बेस्ट बेकरी कंपनीज कौन सी है कौन सी कंपनी कहाँ पे क्या ब्रेड्स बिस्किट्स लेट्स से सिंपल. पेरेंट्स की अवेयरनेस कितनी मालूम नहीं है आप लोगों कितना कर सकते हो लेकिन पार्ले जी ने जब बिस्किट में मोनोपोली बनाया तो हाउ डिड आईटीसी की सनफिश जैन जाके बेकरी में प्रोडक्ट में बिस्किट्स आ रहा है. तो ये मुझे एक रिपोर्ट बना 1 A4 ऐसे तेरे हिसाब से गूगल से सर्च करके. तो दैट शोज द सीरियसनेस ऑफ द चाइल्ड दैट इज रियली इंटरेस्टेड. बट small fluctuations will happen. You will not have that right answer, but then you make plan A, plan C. कि भाई बेकिंग ऐसा कोर्स है तू जीवन में कभी भी कर सकता है. कभी भी 6 महीना 1 साल 2 साल आप बेकिंग सीख लो आप सीख सकते हो कोई भी सीख सकता है. तो उसके लिए तुझे फुल लाइफ उसमें डालना है. उसके रिस्क क्या है उसके प्लस क्या है उसके माइनस क्या है कि ये उम्र में कुछ और स्किल सीख लेनी है और साथ में तू बेकिंग एज अ हॉबी कर. तो ऑल दोस क्वेश्चंस यू विल हैव टू सिट बिकॉज क्या होगा every parent will have a different question. So I can only give a general answer right now. Okay, any more questions? Yeah? Sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
Both are very important.
Very important, ma'am, very important.
Yeah, so like my daughter right now, she's in humanity 12th, so they don't have maths, they just have English. So if she's I like this topic like law thing.
So law, since you spoke about law, there is
Yeah.
very little maths in law.
No, but if she's in humanity, can she go in the law?
100%. Humanities
subject?
wale hi log, see I'll tell you what. Humanity is best suited to get into law. Out of commerce, science and arts, humanity is perfect to get into law. No subject will hamper. If she's not chosen maths, that's perfectly fine. Law has very little maths. Hospitality, media, journalism and law has very little maths.
So like for law, like how she has to.
Now she's already in 12th?
Yeah, she's the one, Kritika.
Okay. So what you can do, since it's an individual question now because she's not appearing for CLET,
Right.
she can't because it's
Right.
very less time.
Yeah.
In the month of May, she can sit for an OP Jindal law entrance exam. Exam का नाम है LSAT, LSAT. Okay, she'll have to Google it.
Yeah.
That exam she can very well prepare from now. She has enough time. भले 12 की बोर्ड्स है मार्च में, वो 2-3 महीने में प्रिपेयर हो जाता है. और else I'll give my number over here. We are going to have little more regular interaction. ऐसा नहीं एक दिन ऐसे भाषण देके हम चले जाएंगे. We'll handle kids
Do you
little
take
better.
individual sections also like counseling?
We will do that in the school. That's what the principal is proposing our company to have a center here.
Yeah,
as well.
like parents, like how we
100%.
go outside for the career counseling.
So why don't you, ma'am, whatever you said, write a suggestion and tell it to the principal. We are already talking, but it will help.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, thank
no
you.
problem. Thank you.
But she can give her law entrance exam except for CLET. State law entrance exam दे सकती है, private law school entrance exam दे सकती है. I will have my number with the principal. You can personally go to the principal and talk. I'll help you out for that. Okay. Yeah. Any more questions? Some more people were raising hands. Yeah. Okay. What? Yeah.
I want to know something about AI, artificial intelligence.
Correct. So,
And also performing arts.
super. So, again, performing arts is such a brilliant thing. We unfortunately we do not have too many courses. So for you all kids, what is performing arts? Wherever performance is tangible, that includes theatre, that includes music, anything which there can be a live performance. Now, sir, problem kya hai, we don't have great fusion programs in India. So my student Sania Khan right now, she was a top dance performer for Shamak. She chose her PCM in 11-12 science. Again, mom, dad, doctors, very supportive. She wanted to do a business course with performing arts. We could not find any good programs in India.
This is what I'm.
She finally went to UC Berkeley. UC Berkeley is in US, and she got a program where she majors in business and chosen a minors in performing arts. So there is a program, but in India we don't have. For example, music. इतना बड़ा इंडिया का field है music. ये लोग इंडियन आइडल ये वो सब करते रहते हैं कॉन्टेस्ट. एक अच्छी स्कूल नहीं है. तो विनोद भानुशाली इज माय बेस्ट फ्रेंड जो जिसकी डॉटर ध्वनि भानुशाली है, सिंगर है. खाली AR रहमान म्यूजिक स्कूल है अपने पास और ट्रू स्कूल ऑफ म्यूजिक. वी डोंट हैव म्यूजिक स्कूल्स इन आवर कंट्री. So very difficult to find fusions for performing arts in India. There are colleges, but average.
Do we have anything in New Zealand or Australia?
We have quite a few. So again, I would just drop a number. We have extremely good schools in University of Sydney, Monash, Melbourne, ANU, Adelaide, Perth. There are enough schools there. Superb colleges. So University of Sydney, Melbourne and Monash are the top 3. I'll give you a couple of programs from there.
How about
And University of Auckland in New Zealand is very good.
okay, University of Auckland.
Brilliant. University of Auckland and Otago are the top 2 in New Zealand. Don't look at any. First and second rank is Auckland and Otago. And then full stop. ऑस्ट्रेलिया में 8 यूनिवर्सिटी को G8 बोलते हैं. यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ सिडनी, यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ मेलबोर्न, यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ मोनाश, ऑस्ट्रेलियन नेशनल यूनिवर्सिटी, यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ कैनबेरा, यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ एडलेड, यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ ब्रिस्बेन एंड क्वींसलैंड. ये G8 बोलते हैं, बाकी सब फालतू है. ऑस्ट्रेलिया में ये 8 ही बेस्ट है, उसको G8 बोलते हैं. और न्यूजीलैंड में ऑकलैंड और ओटेगो आर द टॉप 2. Anyways, sir, it's an individual question. Again, you can drop a number with you. Artificial intelligence, I am going to speak in the science session now, if you want to sit around. Because AI is a lot to do with the science students. They need to have a lot of strength in physics and math.
10, so after 10 he needs to pursue science.
Yeah. So if anything to सुन लो आप, क्योंकि आपने AI बोला है. तो artificial intelligence, robotics, machine learning, Internet of Things, उसको IoT बोलते हैं. Internet of Things, SaaS, software as a service, cloud, augmented reality, virtual reality, cyber security. These are the most popular fields of IT. So base आपको computer science करना है या IT करना है या software engineering करना है, different names, but PCM is what the child should do if there is anything to do with AI. So if you want to do a major in AI and a minor in performing arts, possible, but all abroad. Sir, we will definitely do. There is ऐसा कोई नहीं है कि कौन सी country best है. मतलब you have a son or daughter? Both. So there is nothing. So it's like who is better to marry? You know, Vicky Kaushal, Kartik Aaryan, Siddharth Malhotra, Varun Dhawan. They have their own plus and minus. So there are very few good programs, niche programs for AI. We'll be happy to share with performing arts. Yeah. Any more questions?
Yeah.
Yes.
Excuse me.
I'm lost. Someone
Yeah.
said excuse me.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, ma'am. Yeah.
My question is regarding the commerce field in 10+2 with or without maths. Admission in India in the metros without maths and with maths. Like, is there an eligibility criteria for the best colleges?
So see, except for NM College, now again, ma'am, it's about the program that you're.
I'm talking about any kind of financial aspects like BBA, MBA as well. Like, there are certain colleges I've been reading that maths and stats is an eligibility criteria for getting admission. See, you don't know how well you have been doing. It's just a 50% aggregate that is needed.
Correct.
So I want to know about, like, just a direct question for Delhi, Bombay.
So
the
only
best
NM
colleges.
College.
Yeah.
Simple answer to your question. I already had spoken. Maybe you missed it out. Only NM College as a criteria in Mumbai. They need 11th and 12th mathematics for their business programs. If this question was directed for business courses, only NM. So even if I am Indore, Rohtak, Bodh Gaya, Jammu and Ranchi are the 5 IIMs which offers BBA, you may or may not have maths. but it's a thumb rule, it's an unwritten rule rather, that you should have maths if a child is aspiring for any management, entrepreneurship or finance programs, ideally. So do not shy away from choosing mathematics as a subject, although you may score average, but still take that subject.
What about UPSC and CA?
No, so UPSC and CA, again as a rule, there is no maths needed.
No maths.
Zero maths needed. CA foundation में ही maths है, CA inter और final में maths का M भी नहीं है.
That is also very basics in CA foundation, as you
I wouldn't say
mentioned.
basics. It's a heavy math, 100-mark paper. It is 11th and 12th maths, but manageable.
Okay.
But ideally, a child should take maths if they are planning to get into a CA program.
What about eco honors?
Again, I said if you really want to go to a top university like Stephens in India or Xavier's in Bombay, they don't have math as a criteria, but when you study economics, there's a subject called econometrics,
Yes.
which will have a lot of stats. So math is ideally needed. So I again spoke, if you have to go to the world's best university like Oxford and Cambridge, if they've kept math as a criteria to do economics course or a London School of Economics, obviously you need to do maths for an eco program. My suggestion, 100% yes. If you're doing eco course or finance course or management course, let there be maths.
No, I just want to know, is it as an eligibility criteria?
Not for
No.
eco.
Doing maths is different.
Yeah. So not a rule. So without maths, he or she can get into eco programs in India. Without maths, he or she can get into
10+2.
colleges in management. Some colleges may not take.
Thank you.
Okay, my pleasure. Yes, ma'am.
There's this course, Bachelor's in Business Economics, which is offered by Delhi University. Only few universities that are offering this.
See, always understand whether it's Sriram or Stephens or Hansraj or Delhi University. These are all, I would not say hyped, but by default, there is a huge cutoffs for these programs because in India, for example, in Bombay, there is HR and NM college. Now the cutoffs are for 94 and 95%. But you meet a graduate coming out of this college, there's nothing rocket science about them. It's because ये colleges में seats कम है और population India में ज़्यादा है, तो by default percentages are high in cutoffs. So when it comes to any of these colleges, do not get smitten by the brand, whether it's a Xavier's or a Stephens for eco. It's fine. It's what the child is learning. Rather than that, look at a university called Ashoka University for Economics program. It is India's Harvard. So check on the website and just see if I have correctly interpreted your question. I think you were speaking something more.
No, I think it's Shri Guru Gobind Singh College of Commerce in Delhi that is offering. Is it holding that much of value or it's just hyped?
हम हमारे जीवन में कौन सा ऐसा गुरु गोविंद सिंह का अलुमनाई को मिले जिसके कारण पूरा दुनिया हिल रहा है, ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता है. It's one more college which is a popular college from Delhi University for business program, जो बॉम्बे में NM है, पुणे में सिम्बायोसिस है, बेंगलोर में क्राइस्ट है, वैसा वहाँ गुरु गोविंद सिंह कॉलेज वैसा है. हर जगह अपना एक अच्छा कॉलेज होता है. वर्ल्ड की रैंकिंग देखेंगे ना मैम, तो इंडिया की कोई भी कॉलेज BBA में IIM इंदौर इज द बेस्ट इन इंडिया, इट्स नॉट इन द टॉप 300 इन द वर्ल्ड. तो फॉरगेट गुरु गोविंद सिंह, तो कहीं नहीं आएगी पिक्चर में. तो we are not talking about that. So if you are really aspiring for the best, then look at the best in the world. It doesn't matter. Just a simple answer to your question. A lot of those things gets hyped up. So बॉम्बे का बच्चा बोला मेरे को बैंगलोर जाना, अरे बैंगलोर वाला बोलता है मुझे बॉम्बे जाना. अरे इंडिया का फाइनेंशियल कैपिटल, बिजनेस कैपिटल बॉम्बे है. आप सूरत से 2.5 घंटा दूर, आप दिल्ली क्यों बिजनेस करने भेजोगे बच्चों? भारत का बिजनेस कैपिटल ही बॉम्बे है, तो आपको दिल्ली क्यों भेजना? जस्ट हाइप्ड अप. तो वहाँ कॉलेज को see that college will have to ensure, it's a college, so you'll have to ensure that they are a good brand. They teach their children. पूरा दिल्ली थोड़ी बॉम्बे पढ़ने आने वाला है. So it's a good brand in that city. But if you are in a close proximity to Mumbai,
And
obviously Mumbai.
If we talk about the course, Bachelor's in Business Economics, it's that valuable or it's
Again, ma'am, lot of courses. I don't want to downplay any colleges. Most colleges in India do cut, copy, paste. Programs are just replicated from international counterparts. I do not want to specifically get into a course. You can always take a number and I can speak. Yeah. Any parent first before I go to the child. Oh, one girl, tiny girl there. Oh. Hi child, you're raising your hands up. Before that, this boy raised hands. Tell me, child.
Good morning, sir.
Hi, beta. Good morning.
I'm currently in 10th and I want to pursue my career as an actuary. So, what will be my pathway from here, from class 10 to becoming an actuary?
Sit, child. So you can take either science or commerce or humanities, but you have to have 11, 12 mathematics as a subject first. Now in India, Actuarial Society of India takes 13 level of exams that I said. The starting entrance exam is called as ACET, Actuaries Common Entrance Test, which you can give when you're in 12th standard. Now Indian Actuary Body has a tie-up with the UK Actuary Body. So you can start from 11th studying UK Actuaries paper, which are approved by the Indian Actuarial Society. So again, before I go into the nitty-gritty, you can again drop down your name number, you complete your 10, put your best efforts right now in 10. Okay, show me among you being the, if you ever aspire to be an actuarial science graduate, you have to be the top 5, top 10 of your 10 standards class or school, okay? Then take 11, 12, either commerce or science or humanities, but make sure that you have maths. And then you start ACET, E-A-C-E-T. Go to the website called Actuarial Society of India. It's a Government of India website. Actuarial Society of India. Get into some details, whatever you understand, fine. Otherwise, you can again take my number.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Yes, sir. Please, sir, take mic. I think you're asking a relevant question. Yeah.
I am a 9th standard parent.
Yes, sir.
Given the uncertainty of children to decide which stream to take, we still have to mold him into all types of entrance tests.
Correct.
So, can you generalize 3-4 entrance tests which will be good to train them from now, which can have a broader spectrum to select and fine tune in the later stage?
I think it's a beautiful question. So in US, उनका उधर एक exam होता है called as PSET, preliminary set exams from 9-10 the kid gives to understand the competitiveness of the child. So a lot of schools now hosts Olympiad exams for math science to understand the child has the aptitude and the seriousness to take what type of scores they get. Those are general exams outside, no professional exams can be undertaken. Counselling based, psychometric test based तो ठीक है, but to understand the exact measure कि बच्चा कितना अच्छा है उसमें, I don't know if 9th standard is the right stage, but first question that you should have for your child right now.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sir, I am planning to pursue for BBA and MBA. After.
Parents, please feel to leave because you may have your regular work. So if this kid's asking questions, feel free to leave, please. If your questions are addressed, you can.
Later, we can cater.
Yeah.
So, sir, I am planning to pursue for IIM Indore.
Yes.
But they are telling that it is we have to be sound in maths and English. But I dropped maths in class 11. So will it be feasible for me to?
Feasible, you'll have to work that much harder.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Sir,
Yes.
you asked that.
Please directly.
So I wanted to ask you that if I am pursuing CA, what are the best options with me after CA and while I'm doing?
So CA के बाद two best options, CA MBA, either in the top school India or top school abroad, or a CA CFA. They are the two best combinations. But if you still like law or something, then CA law is also a good combination.
And so when I am pursuing CA, like currently, like
So while doing CA is so involving that you will not have too much time to do anything else. So read economic times nicely and work very hard for your 11, 12 scores and CA course.
Sir, but it's like in the worst case scenario, if I am not able to do it, so like I will left with nothing.
So if you are not able to complete CA, if there are 400 courses in commerce, you just couldn't complete one. So there are 399 courses available. You can always do a 3-year law after 15. You can always do an MBA. You can always do a CFA, ACCA, CPA, lot of programs.
No, sir, just like I passed CA prelims, then intern, but I'm not able to crack finals. So I will be left with nothing. So should I pursue something with?
So that is what I am saying, child. What is the journey? 12th standard के साथ CA foundation देते लोग. May में तेरा CA foundation खत्म है. Which standard are you in? 12. So this May 2023 your CA foundation is over. Next May CA inter is over. Okay. Then after once your articleship start, you should start some other courses alongside.
Matlab, we should not do BCom or something.
BCom is to be done. BCom plus CA is mandatory.
Yeah. So like from a good university, like we should do both.
Doesn't matter. Wherever you do BCom from, it doesn't matter. Your CA is more important. But you'll have to do BCom and CA. Yes. That's it.
Good morning, sir. I'm just waiting.
Again, I'm lost. Sorry, ma'am. Yeah, sorry.
So
So it's a wonderful session you are conducting, sir, and
Thank
thank
you very
you,
much.
G.D.Goenka School also.
Can we clap for the school once more? I
Yes,
think they should.
absolutely. So myself, I'm a gynecologist, and I had a big question and very much confused because many students are doing a dummy school for preparing for the NEET exams and all. So what are your suggestions, whether it should be after 9th or after 10th?
I'm not a big fan at times of dummy schools. If you have schools like G.D.Goenka, I would not want to leave schools like this
Yes,
ever.
sir.
Okay, these are extremely good schools because they instill discipline in life. A lot of times these people are a lot of coaching centers outside, just to overhyped preparation for IITs, for NEET. It's a business for them, so they would really promote a lot of this dummy school concept. Answer is not. My personal suggestion is if your child is bright enough, a regular school is fine. Not many people do dummy school. Also need the orientation of with which part of sciences she want to really get into. If she's looking more towards NEET or to the IIT side of it. If the school hampers, if a regular school time is hampering her study efforts, it's going to be your individual call as what you prefer. But in terms of coming to the mainstream question, which entrances to crack, whether it's NEET or IIT, I would really put up the backups very, very strong. Since you're a gynaec, I would really want to know what is her orientation, towards bio or towards PCM?
Biology.
Biology, right?
Yeah.
So as when she's preparing for NEET with around 19 lakh kids appearing and around 90 odd thousand seats, you should have very strong backups that if she doesn't get into the first go in MBBS, China, Malaysia, Philippines, Uzbekistan, Ukraine, Kazakhstan, all that are a third world country MBBS offering. So you'll have to clear conscience that no, she is only going to study in India, either from a private deemed or a semi-tertiary schools for medical schools. A lot of people then, other than MBBS, they look at Unami or homeopathy, Ayurveda, but to be honest, they are not as popular as allopathy as a branch of medicine, and that I'm sure as a gynaec you'll agree on. BDS and pharma is also looked at in physiotherapy as kids who do not crack NEET. But if it's my daughter, and I was speaking to the director of medical admission in Gujarat, like the top guy who takes care of the entire admissions for medical in Gujarat or Gandhinagar, he said it's below 500, it's a strict out of choice, like it's impossible for them to get a medical seat in Gujarat on 720. But again, she's 90,000 seats to target. Now, in terms of whether to study with school or without, I still believe CBSE is a perfect curriculum to accompany NEET preparation. So if school is fine, because school gives that a brilliant atmosphere at times. So I still will go with school and then prepare with NEET. But again, it's an individual choice.
Thank you, sir.
My pleasure, ma'am. Yes?
Best colleges in India for BCA and what's their admission criteria?
You're in commerce or science? Commerce, okay. Because all the top computer science colleges are all from through the science route, but since I said you can do it from commerce, yes, there are quite a few colleges. If you're looking at Bombay as an option, Mumbai University has a lot of bachelors in computer application course. But when you're doing a BCA or a BSc IT, there is nothing called as the best colleges. The quality of ranking of the colleges are a lot more towards only the computer science programs of the engineering branch. Moment you're in commerce and you're still looking at IT as a stream, a bachelor's in computer application even from Surat, even from any university, good university in Gujarat is fine. It's just the skills that you're taking, and the brand beyond point would not be very relevant. My pleasure. That's it?
Sir,
Oh, it's never ending. This is the last question now. Yeah.
sir, so right now we are in the ending phase of 12. So what should we do now? Should we focus more on entrance?
Your heart, mind, body, soul, everything in the 12 boards, and then after CA foundation, because your 80% of syllabus is going to repeat. So make sure you kids understand this very clearly. If you are doing CA and you come to us for your articleships, you may have only given your 12th standard. Understand? 12th standard और CA foundation का result आ गया होगा. अभी जो CA इंटर के बच्चे एग्जाम दे दिया है, नवंबर 15 लास्ट वीक ही CA इंटर एग्जाम जिन्होंने दे दिया है, अगले हफ्ते से हमारे पास CV आने शुरू हो जाएंगे. अभी इन्होंने एग्जाम दिया है, रिजल्ट तो आया नहीं है, उनको आर्टिकलशिप के लिए अप्लाई करना है. कौन से रिजल्ट हम देखेंगे? CA इंटर का तो रिजल्ट ही नहीं आया है ना. Which result we will see? Can I say 12th and CA foundation? हाँ या ना?
Yes, sir.
अगर बच्चा कल से जॉब अप्लाई करना शुरू करेगा, सीए इंटर का रिजल्ट नहीं आया है and they have to apply for articleships compulsory, we will look at 10th, 11th, 12th marks and CA foundation marks. So make sure 12th marks are very well scored. Do not mess around with your 12th results, even if you are giving NEET or CA or whatever. Any other question? Sit child. Yes? Oh, parent. Okay, ma'am.
So my daughter wants to go for designing after 12th. So after 10th, I should let her go for humanity or commerce with maths will do.
See, again, in US and Western countries there is no commerce stream. There is only science and humanities. Okay? In India we have commerce. Now the beauty of commerce for a daughter child or a son child, even if they choose design, आप कितना भी डिजाइनिंग अच्छा प्रोडक्ट बनाओगे, इनमें बेचना तो है आपको. So commercial science is always sensible to have. A commerce plus designing entrance is better than a humanities or science. Architecture is all from the science route. Are we having the science kids now or? Okay, we giving the break, right? Oh, sorry. That's it from my side. I hope you liked it, all of you. Yes, thanks for bearing me out. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. As we are done with the first phase of today's session that was specially conducted for Commerce and Humanities and Grade 10. So thank you, dear parents, for your presence here in the auditorium. You always support us when we organize such kind of things. And definitely we got to be here as we are dealing with our hearts, our kids. So thank you so much. Refreshments are arranged for you in the assembly zone. Please kindly help yourself. And the students of grade 11 and 12, they will go back to the section. First, they'll go back to the section and then further you'll be guided for your branch. And grade 10 students will remain seated here. You are going to attend the session for science as well. Right? So it is a 15-minute break for the, for everyone, for this auditorium to function once again. So at
11th and 12th sciences, along with their parents, to this session for career counseling. And I hope that all of you must be very excited to know what Dhaval sir here has to tell us about the possible career options. So without any delay ahead, I'd like to request Mr. Dhaval Gandhi to please come on stage and share with us the knowledge and experience he has gained over the years as a career counselor. Thank you.
Okay, that was a confident, nice Shaurya Jindal's introduction. That impresses us. If you can speak good English. Shaurya, that was good. Thanks. Okay, that's the minimum we expect from the kids at your stage and age. Okay, so forget anyone else. Shaurya Jindal is a boy, let's say, maybe someone similar to your age group. You can look upon to the confidence and with the cheer that he spoke. That's so important. That is the minimum parents want, the child should really confidently represent themselves at least. Anyways, 9th and 10th, 9th, 7th they have come back again over. Why you want this is a free period over? Such funny kids, you complained that why were you shooed out and now you came quickly. And I'm so glad that some of you got this pens and book and this boy is writing everything. Very nice. Okay, this young boy sits to me in next and says, sir, मैं आपको खाली मेरे को CA का सुनना इसलिए वापस आ गया. Okay, I'm going to speak about that as well. So, although it's on science child right now, but I'm going to speak about your CA thing as well. Don't worry. Some of the kids wanted to get our numbers and speak to us. What I would rather say, the better way is we will come through the route of the school. Okay. So my number, because we go pan South Asia, we travel a lot of time. I won't entertain numbers. To meet us in person, it's a 2 months waiting going on right now. So for right now, January and February appointments to meet me in person are being given. So what we told Jayashree ma'am that we can have a center in the school itself where personally I will be visiting, and whoever kids have queries can take appointment. Write a letter that you want to meet Dhaval Gandhi or their team members at InnoQ, and the school will entertain that. So don't worry. So there is something that we will facilitate rather than just randomly calling and asking for my visiting cards and all that. It's not that we don't want to give, but it's little. We maintain that etiquettes of going through the school route. With a good school like this, they will ensure that all your kids and parents' questions are beautifully answered. So don't worry. I find the management here very impressive. Anyways, coming back to the slide, next slide is on science. So I'm going to speak a little bit more on science right now. Now the three conventional thing that happens, I don't know, I would keep speaking around rather than looking at the slides. So engineering, medicine and architecture are three conventional choices in science. So we used to have architect possible from commerce before. Now architect you can do it only from science. So I did not speak about architecture in the commerce session or humanities session before. Now the good thing about science is that whatever careers a commerce and art kid is ready to do, a humanities child is planning to do, a science kid can take any program on the planet of Earth. Okay, any program, theatre, media, music, elocution, debate, drama, quizzing, sports, performing arts, it's finance, law, media, hospitality, design, all. But everything from commerce and arts kids can't do things what you guys could do. So right from veterinary science, from dairy industry, from horti and floriculture, right from, you want to deal with soil, you want to get into astrophysics, astronomy, whole lot of this thing. Science is always, and I tell you why. Barack Obama, the president of US, when he was a president before Donald Trump and Biden, he said that the way US can progress in the time to come is only through STEM courses. In US, STEM means science, technology, not in US, it's obviously anywhere in the world. STEM means science, technology, engineering, math. For anything to develop on the earth, you need science knowledge. Okay, so science is the thing. Okay, that's a call from the President of America. The science is very important. In US and Western countries and Canada, I said in the before session, there is no commerce. There is no commerce stream only abroad. There is only science and arts. Arts is humanities, but you can do commerce from, like say you want to do business course or finance, so BSc finance, BA business. So commerce is there, but within science and arts. In India, we have commerce. So in India, a lot of entrepreneurial communities, as I keep saying, Gujarati, Marwari, Shettis, Punjabis, Sindhis, a lot of them prefer their kids to study business because they find, and obviously entrepreneurship has its own great merits and benefits. But you'll always realize that in terms of education, till 10th, I am of the biggest fan of never leaving science as a subject. This is a funny thing where ICSE curriculum allows them to drop science. It is extremely sinful because today these kids are so impressionable age and they watch Shark Tank and they think they want to start their own startups, they want to be businessmen, they follow Aman Gupta, they want to earn money too fast, too quick, and they fail to understand the value of science. Everything evolves from science, everything on the earth, everything tangible that we see is because of science. So you should study science at least till 10th, and the beautiful thing is CBSE has sanity there. So you are doing sciences till 10th. After that it depends. If you didn't like physics, chemistry much, you don't like bio, it's okay, you can move to other areas also because other stream has got great values as well. So you did not do science, then after. But if you really want to do science and you say, oh, I want to take engineering but I don't like chemistry, then funny. You have to do equal justice to physics, chemistry, math. Although physics and math hold more important as you move ahead in engineering programs, mainstream, but chemistry is equally relevant. You cannot say, I cannot handle chemistry and I still will manage science. Then it's going to be tough. Clear for people who are doing bio, they obviously have to be very good with physics, chemistry, although their main interest area is going to be bio. But again, if you are looking more towards medical sides of it, then obviously PCB. But again, a lot of time, what problem happens, and I'll share with you when I share a few more things in the due course of conversation. But since engineering is there behind in my slide, let me complete engineering. Now, what is the hype about engineering? 13 lakh kids are giving IIT exams. Now, there is also something known as a big FOMO, fear of FOMO there, fear of missing out. A big FOMO playing around with parents' mind. Oh, आपका बच्चा IIT कर रहा है, आपका नहीं कर रहा है, इतना bright है, तुम्हें IIT नहीं दे रहा. What rubbish? Why are you getting in this madness? There is not only the IITs which are offering degrees. What is IIT? Indian Institute of Indian Institute of Technology. The reason I got perplexed because there is something called as triple ITs, which I'll speak to you in a minute's time. Indian Institute of Technology may mean Delhi, Chennai, Mumbai, Kanpur, Kharagpur, Roorkee. There were some of those initial IITs, there are top 5-6 IITs, and now we have around 23 IITs. 31 NITs and triple ITs. Now what is triple ITs? I had shared your kids last time. Indian Institute of Information Technology and International Institute of Information Technology. दो type के triple IT school है. And they are very, very famous, but they are pertinently only for IT. Indian Institute of Information Technology, which are all government based, and International Institute of Information Technology, it's a private, public-private partnership model. So पुणे में दोनों है, ट्रिपल आईटी गवर्नमेंट वाला भी है, ट्रिपल आईटी प्राइवेट वाला भी है, and are very famous. So triple IT Hyderabad student average pay packages is higher than IIT Bombay for IT domain. That's the type of hiring happens. Now when you have engineering का main 4 engineering कौन सा branch है? Electronic, electrical, civil, mechanical. IT came later. Electronics, electrical, civil, mechanical. They are main 4 branches of engineering. Then you have a lot: automobile, aeronautical, marine, goes on and on and on. IT became very famous and not for no reason. Facebook, Google, Yahoo, Apple, Amazon, Twitter, Microsoft, Oracle, Cisco, LinkedIn, YouTube. All of these companies have head offices in US. Now you kids have to start pondering, what is so good in US? कि सब US से ही research होता है. So let's take the top 2 countries in the world, US and China. Now US has Alibaba. I apologize. US has Amazon, so China has Alibaba. US has WhatsApp, China has WeChat. US has Google, China has Baidu. US have Uber, China has G.D.Goenka Sing services. China is a master of cut, copy, paste. China only does what, so what happens if you're in China right now, it's a Chinese school that I'm gathering. Average middle class Chinese family aspire their kids to study in US. Average middle class Chinese family, जो इंडिया में शुरू हो गया है. First international or abroad education only was meant for few rich families. Today a middle class family kids are very strongly aspiring for international education. In fact, you will be stunned to know, अगर आपके घर पे इकोनॉमिक टाइम्स आता है तो संडे का इकोनॉमिक टाइम्स 2 दिन पहले का या 3 दिन पहले का हाथ में उठा लो. Headlines. I'm been reading Economic Times for 25 years now. For kids, the super secret of excellence in commerce is read a business newspaper every day. First time I read a headline saying, never has India seen a history of outflow of students for undergrad programs than now. Economic Times, front page headlines Sunday. And it was deliberately put up on Sunday because a lot of families, parents would read that at home. Now this is a disturbing trend for a big country like India. A lot of our kids are moving and flocking outside. It's not bad, it's not any fashion. So going abroad is no more, and it was never a fashion. There is a lot of substance to it. Because research happens there. China is close, eye to eye in US on everything. US, at the back of the mind when we are talking G20 summit in Indonesia, the back of the mind, China is a big country who bullies US. But in terms of business, Chinese universities hands down accepts that research happens at Harvard, Stanford, Wharton in US only. Research वहीं होता है. China is a cut copy paste country, which they accept. So hence an every Chinese family aspires to send their kids to study abroad. No different in India also. Simple mobile. Most of us uses कौन सा? Apple, Samsung, Oppo, Vivo, Xiaomi, जो एक necessity बन गया है product. Why aren't we using Carbon, Spice, Lava, Micromax? Indian made, we're not using it. It's all the money going to this international company because research for design, research for technology is happening there. It's not happening in India. We at best are dying to have their plans that Apple please manufacture in India through your Foxconn and other counterparts. So we're just trying to get their next best service centers or manufacturing center. But research doesn't happen in India, because for research, all you kids have to understand, for every 10 rupees spent, only 0.1 rupee will be worthy. 9.9 will go waste. But that 0.1 can become 1,000 and 10,000 and can give unheard returns. For example, a company like Apple, the cash reserve on the balance sheet can buy them 14 countries this year. How many countries? If Apple goes shopping to buy countries, Apple company for this year profits on the cash reserves will be able to buy 14 countries in their economy. They can buy countries. That's the type of money Apple is earning. So US is the shrewdest country to make the entire world as the customer and as the market. China chose to, beg to be different, says, excuse me, you better do your research, sell to the world. We in China won't allow you to sell. We'll create our own product. So they banned Google, says we will have Baidu. They banned WhatsApp, we will have WeChat. But it's a cut copy paste of American products. In India and many other countries, we fall prey to their bulliness. So we readily accept their products. Now when it comes to academics, you find Satya Nadella and Sundar Pichai heading those organizations like Google's and Microsoft's and all that. Indians तो brilliant है, उसमें कोई question mark ही नहीं है. Hence, but unfortunately, when you go to Microsoft, Google, you find huge number of brilliant Silicon Valley's Indians working. But they are working. They don't have money to do research. It is so funny, kids. We order things from Amazon and Flipkart, and an average Indian shopkeeper is dying today without sales. And both Amazon and Flipkart money is going to US. Amazon owned by US and Flipkart now by Walmart. Right, everyone? Yes or no? Yes. It is so agonizing. You kids will be really stunned to know we don't have any single international luxury products coming out of India, which is of a marquee international brand name. Only one brilliant product which had caught my attention, I felt it should be among the top product, and which it did, was Forest Essentials. But you'll be stunned to know Forest Essentials is again bought by an American company called Estee Lauder. It is as big as Louis Vuitton. Louis Vuitton is a French company, Estee Lauder is an American company. Now they own Forest Essentials in India. Out of the top 100 luxury brands, India has only 3 or 4 brands coming and in that top 100 brands in the world, and they are all for jewelers. Kalyan Jewelers, Tribhuvandas, Bimji, Tanishq, 4-5 jewelers name, nothing else. No luxury products coming from India. So in most of these places, we are still a third world country. We are still having an economic slavery. We don't like to listen to all this, but that's the truth. Because always everything comes from top to bottom. So we flaunt about ghar pe elevators dala, to Singapore elevators. We have a designer from Germany. We have a French trouser that we are wearing. We always boast of international products because design elements, the class of technologies they come up, we don't have a match to them, to be honest, with all due respect. The research has been happening there. So right, you see a very high-end house in India, 90% of consumption products will be international made. 90%. Cutting a sorry figure for Indian engineering thing. And engineering as a field does not evolve then. So what happens then when you study engineering, coming at your level, your kids' level, because I wanted to speak to all these things to you children, there should be some merits in conversation rather than just speaking about colleges and admissions. So when you go to this premium college, sir, is IIT a hype? 150% no. The world's best universities. So I just met a boy in a restaurant. He said my brother is studying at Monash University, and Monash in Australia is a friend. They're doing a joint research with IIT Bombay. Top international universities die to partner because they have got some brilliant research happening. So ISRO and DRDO. DRDO is for our defense and ISRO is obviously a space answer to the NASA there. We've got some of the finest guys there. You students should know Covishield was an international hype. How America was trying to sell that medicine, or maybe England trying to sell Pfizer through Pfizer and their company, they had Serum just as a partner. But Covaxin through RNA was the answer. It's not DNA, it's a notch above called RNA. So Indian class, there's a class apart thing, but we don't have money to spend on research and development. Full stop. So that's where our children have to get exposed to the best education. So in sciences, we have IITs, it's like IITs and nothing. That's the type of gap we have. Some of the programs are only very, very good at IITs. And then we don't have anything after that. Then everything are those private colleges trying to earn some money because everyone will not get into IIT. So course shuru kar dete hai log. Simple program. I was at another school as Radiant yesterday and someone said I want to get into aircraft engineer. I think he also said something related to aeronautics. I think aeronautics is what he was asking. I said, how could India college boast of an aeronautical engineering जबकि वर्ल्ड में 3 ही कंट्री मैक्सिमम एयरक्राफ्ट्स बनाती है, कमर्शियल एयरक्राफ्ट्स, बोइंग यूएस, एयरबस फ्रांस, डसॉल्ट इटली. 90% ऑफ द एयरक्राफ्ट्स आइदर बोइंग और यूएस. इंडिया तो एयरक्राफ्ट बनता नहीं है. सो एरोनॉटिकल इंजीनियरिंग जब प्लेन ही वो बना रहे तो क्या इंजीनियरिंग कंपोनेंट्स इट्स बेटर लर्न फ्रॉम द फ्रेंच इंस्टीट्यूट इन एयरबस देयर in France or in US. How can an average, he names some college which I don't want to name, how can that college boast of the best aeronautical engineering program? Some of them are at IITs because of the research quality they are doing, but then after there are no great aeronautical engineering program. If anyone boasts of, they are fooling around. For example, automobile engineering. All Porsche, Mercedes, BMW, Audi, you name it, Skoda, everything is German. Even Tata Motors bought Range Rovers and Land Rovers, the Rovers Motors England. So automobile is not in India's domain product, except for Maruti Suzuki doing an outstanding work. Other than most of them are international components. So automobile engineering in terms of design, we don't have great colleges in India. D.Y. Patil ने शुरू कर दिया automobile design course. Now automobile design for an average family is Dilip Chhabare is the only name people know. Now automobile is fantasies for children. They want to buy expensive watches, बढ़िया गाड़ी लेनी है. ये fantasies है. Are they fit for an automobile engineering? Anybody's guess? Most of these automobile companies don't make money. After every few years, you'll see the owners getting changed. You kids are too young to understand. Airlines as an industry is a bankrupt industry. They don't make money. You children were not born. NEPC, East West, Modi Luft, Damania, all were airlines in India. They all went bankrupt in 95. In front of us, Kingfisher, Jet, Air Deccan, Sahara, all went bankrupt. Go Air, Air Magic, SpiceJet are out to get busted. So some of the industries by domain don't make money. So if someone says, I want to be a pilot, brilliant, possible. Aviation is learning from math, physics, chemistry. Again, you can get into pilot in the academy. But if airlines only don't survive, questions on pilots' jobs. So even if internationally, Lufthansa, Northwest, Delta, all lost, British Airways shut, Qatar, Emirates and ये दो चार एहतियात चल रहा है is because of the fund of the Middle East people who makes money in oil and pump into these industries. So understand which industry you kids are getting in. IT is at its all-time high. Because a simple thing, poorest of the person also now has to use Paytm or GPay. छोटे से छोटे रास्ते में शॉप में भी वो GPay accept करना है. So everyone is forced to move to IT. So imagine suddenly 140 crores Indian, 760 crores international citizens, all are put up on an IT domain. So IT has seen unheard demand. So in India, IT में TCS, Wipro, Infosys, Tech Mahindra, HCL Tech, what are they doing? They are the trending companies. तो HCL Tech का खुद का यूनिवर्सिटी है शिव नदार यूनिवर्सिटी. Why don't you learn from university उसका खुद का कंपनी है? शिव नदार यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ HCL Tech खुद ओनर ही शिव नदार है. You have Tech Mahindra का खुद का यूनिवर्सिटी हैदराबाद, sprawling university, Mahindra University. It's an extension of G.D.Goenka campus. If you've studied in a good campus like this, you would fall in love. 200-acre campus in Hyderabad. People don't know Mahindra University. It's with a French institute called ECOL. It's by Tech Mahindra company. Mahindra and Mahindra, Anand Mahindra अलग आदमी है. This is Tech Mahindra. उनका खुद का यूनिवर्सिटी है हैदराबाद में. But coaching classes, tuition teachers, they sometimes don't know. They have vested interest. They only promote IIT. They will not speak about Mahindra University because then the child will not pay for the IIT fees. It's funny that's happening in India. It's a huge paradox. So triple IT, but they are good. With all due respect, it's not taking away. But is your child cut out for IIT? So 13 lakh लोग exam दे रहे 16,000 ही सीट है. So then look at the next best options. BITS Pilani, SRM, Vellore are other private good colleges very known in general public. NITs are good. But it doesn't matter. You do it from reasonably average college. It's an English proverb which says it's better to be a topper in an average college rather than being an average student in a top college. Keep this in mind forever in life. A topper in an average college does sometimes much better than being an average student in a top college. So do not be so mad. Yes, study for the exams. I am the biggest fan when you study for the toughest exam. That you study. But don't get disheartened. 13 lakh mein se 2.5 lakh people in after JEE main. You give main exam and then there is advanced exam. So for advanced only 2.5 lakh are invited. 1.5 lakh actually ends up appearing. But there are only 16 odd thousand students who will get admissions. And then there are multiple things. So I know a boy, IIT Bombay को इसको भूत डाल दिया था, IIT Bombay से best कोई IIT नहीं. Fair enough. Now he wanted to do computer science in IIT Bombay. Means you have to be the top JEE main advanced rank, advanced rank. उसको नहीं मिला, उसको metallurgy दिया because it all depends on your scores. He took, because he wanted to do IIT Bombay, he changed the stream to metallurgy and just took it. How funny. Don't change your streams. If you're hell-bent on and clear that this is what I want, choose the college which is offering that. Keep international options open. An average starting salary for an IIT graduate in India today is between 18 to 22 lakhs. Their counterparts in US at 22 is 120 to 140,000 American dollars into 80-82 you multiply. Should be easily around a crore, approximately that range. So, but don't go mad behind money. Arey wo itna kama raha hai, itna. Money will come, child. All parents will tell you if you do well, money will always be a byproduct. But today we in society give so much of importance to money and it's so much of hyped up. But if you do well, that's going to happen later. But sir, should I give this exam? Provided you're hardworking. तेरे को स्कूल के एग्जाम में 60% आते हैं और तू आईआईटी का सपना रखता है. क्या है? You're one of those 13 lakh kids who is a customer to this ever-growing consumer coaching markets. So it's not that you're a 60% student now and you can't crack IIT. No, 100% you can. You can definitely improve, but you have to show merits in present. You cannot keep building castles in air. कि एक दिन मैं smart बन जाऊंगा, भाई दिखा वो एक दिन आज. And hence your parents will ask you to perform now. And hence it's shape up or ship out, or it's now or never. Don't try to fool around yourself and your parents by just, unnecessarily having false promises. Dig into yourself. Tell that I'm not meant for 99%, I'm not 95%, but I'll put my best efforts possible. And then there is a great taker. Everyone wants people who works hard. Not everyone at times like people who are just too over smart and too intelligent but cannot work hard. So we like hard-working people rather than hardly working people. So start getting that merits of putting efforts. These are fantastic, but if it doesn't happen, there are infinite opportunities later as well. So when we look at this, there are many colleges, many colleges. But the starting point is obviously you have to like physics, chemistry, and maths. You have to be very good at it if you're really aspiring for engineering. Okay. Within engineering, the funny thing that has happened, which I think I should bring it to you kids and parents notice. So many people in India become engineer, like BE chemical, MBA finance, working in equity markets. Funny. Chemical engineering, equity markets, and then doing research in some telecom sector. BE chemical, MBA finance, working in equity market, doing research in telecom. Wow, what a combination. He wasted his 4 years degree. And that is why the movie 3 Idiot was. Gone are the days above 90 science, below 80 to 90 commerce, and then take arts, all rubbish. This was a wrong hypothesis. But for a country to develop, you need engineering, but after the product is made, there are enough commercial jobs. For every one engineering job, there are 3 commerce jobs. So the beauty is, even if you are confused right now, if you have chosen science, you still have an option to move back to commerce. But if you've chosen commerce and then you suddenly say, oh, I want to do science, then it's tough. So you very clearly tell yourself if you're in 9-10, can I bear 11-12 science and math? Science and math, both of science is not easy, trust me. So think twice before you choose. If you choose and you want to move out, you have an option But if you have chosen commerce, then there is no option. Now, if you are already in science, let's say, if you are saying I am already trying for an engineering, I don't want to do IT. I spoke in the previous part. A lot of young people come and say I want to do artificial intelligence, machine learning, robotics, Internet of Things, software as a service, cloud, AR, VR. They are all specializations. You need BE, BTech, IT or computer science. Many colleges have come up with their data science, AI, machine learning program at undergrad. Technically, they are a master's qualification. But it's fine if you really want to absorb these degrees and go for new age colleges. Now, there are some new age colleges that have come up which may have not even reached your mind and eye. So I spoke about Mahindra University, I spoke about Shivna. There's a university that has come up called Plaksha University in Delhi. Brilliant. But these are new age universities. If you cannot make into conventional colleges, you can try there in engineering. Now, within engineering, which branch to take? Anybody's guess. It's like there will be time where you have to see what is your interest area. Electronics are like electronic deals. Now, do you all kids know which is the world's biggest teething problem right now in manufacturing of what equipment? G.D.Goenka, come on, I thought you were smart kids. Yes, a lot of them are answering in chorus correctly. Say loudly once again. Brilliant. Your school is really, really smart. Some of those kids represent, and then semiconductor, world's biggest problem. Biggest problem. So you see car booking done, पैसा है आज 1 करोड़ का गाड़ी खरीदना है, किया 15 लाख का खरीदना है, 6 महीना waiting, 3 महीना waiting, 4. Have you kids been listening all this? Lot of waiting time, yes or no? Semiconductor, completely dominated by China, Taiwan, and they have huge issues during COVID to service the mankind. Now, semiconductors are chipsets. That's more of an electronics engineering than electrical. Electrical deals with wiring. Every engineering is a different branch. So I don't want to get into the nitty-gritty and make you like feel bored out today. But if physics, chemistry, math is your first source of specialization, engineering can be your forte or could be something that you should really look at. If you are bright, hardworking, try IITs. It's good to try. Have backups. BITS, Pilani, SRM, Vellore, all those colleges you can give, but have good private universities in India. If you can afford, if there is a budget, try abroad. I'll tell you the beauty of IIT exams, and hence I'm saying you can try if you are good enough. Example in Germany. Germany में पढ़ाई 12th के बाद शुरू नहीं होता है, 13 से शुरू होता है. After 13, okay. So they have 12 plus 1 year. So you have to know a German language, okay. So Germany में पढ़ाई सबसे सस्ता है यूरोप में. 30, 40, 50 lakhs you can complete, but you need to know German language. So there is an year you do call a student colleague. You have to go to Germany, learn German A1, A2, B1, B2 to get German visa. So you have complete familiarization in speaking German. Now sometimes people fall prey to all this. Is it easy to study in a German language? It is so funny. For example, कितना भी अच्छा गुजराती हो तुम्हारा, can you study physics, chemistry, bio in Gujarati? Yes. कौन है महात्मा, जरा खड़ा हो जाए. वो मजे ले रहे हैं ना, बैल्कनी में बैठे, उनको लगता है लोअर स्टॉल वाले, they are all privileged audience. Anyways, they've just got woken up from a small slumber. Anyways, it's not easy, beta. In fact, I'll just give you an example. When I been Maharashtra student, I'm Gujarati, but I was in Maharashtra. When in my 10th we had an essay, okay, and I thought my Marathi was good, and the essay topic was Maza Sanganak, and I didn't knew what Sanganak meant. I'm sure you're wiser than me. I'm sure you'll say, oh, kitna average hai, sabko malum nahi tha. But I didn't knew, so I obviously asked the teacher, what does it mean? And it's an 8-mark essay. She says, write whatever you know. And I wrote something random. And later I came to it means computer. And I didn't knew the meaning only of the word. So it's not easy to study in a native language of a country if it is not our forte. We can't study in our own mother tongue. So studying engineering in a German language, हाँ मेरे को German आता है. That's not some classes you do German language and you can study in that. That's not. So studying in international destination is a tricky situation. So Indian hence flock to US, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, England, Ireland, 6 English-speaking countries. Okay, so where that the general flocking is. So if you can't do engineering in India, you can have a very strong backup abroad. We can do it in the school. We can help you with. So we are a maestro in all this. In international application, we work very closely with USIA, British Council, Campus France, Campus Spain, Enterprise Ireland, Trade Commissioner Canada, Austria, and DART Germany. These are the 8 government bodies we work very, very closely. Forget universities in those countries. So as a company, we work with them. So helping those areas is not a big challenge for us. But what is the first thing we look at? 9, 10, 11 marks. Again and again I am saying, if anyone over here has any dream to study abroad, 9, 10, 11 marks are super important. And obviously in 12, but in 12 you actually apply when you are in 12. So people who are in 12 would be doing the applications right now. Now there are if you can just move ahead from engineering, I don't have to look at the slides, but let me just आगे जाइए जो भी slides change कर रहा है. Again, further you can go ahead. So I've spoken on it. I think there is a wrong alignment up and down. Okay, forget it. You can just listen to what I talk rather than we be wasting time on that. So engineering, I'm moving a little away. I'm going to medicine side of it, and if there are questions, I'll take that later. Medicine. First question I asked students who are aspiring, and I was so happy. There were a couple of gynecologists, pathologists whom we were talking, and his parents, they came and spoke. The first thing you take medicine in life is to serve humanity, serve mankind. So I was in Dubai, and in Dubai also you have CBSE schools, and then there was a girl from Dubai aspiring to appear for NEET. They do prepare there as well, IITs and NEET. I said, why do you want to become a doctor? I want to become very rich. I like, what are you talking? There are different ways to become rich. We come across so many doctor parents, like or couples who are both doctors, they don't want to put their child in medicine. Conscious calls, renowned doctors. Because there are times you feel you don't have a life of your own, and that is consciously because they have chosen, because serving humanity. So if I have to take a flight to Lausanne in Switzerland, I'm at the airport and I get a call of the patient, what should I do? A doctor will have to address a patient. And their life, personal life at times have gone for a toss. So they find it's not worth it. There are more complexities and layer of challenges there. So they dissuade. But humanity as a mankind has never seen medical experts better than or in a form of a god ever before than in the time of COVID. They were the gods in the form of a human body saving the humanity. Can we clap for those doctors who did brilliantly during COVID? We saw them dying, risking their lives, and there are some of them from that fraternity. So compliments to you guys. But it was outstanding when we really saw them. So a lot of young kids have started aspiring. We should also thank our Prime Minister. He'll be stunned to I'm not elections down the corner. I'm not trying to propagate any party over here. But we had less than 40,000 medical seats before 2014. Now we have 90,000. In just 8 years, that Prime Minister knows the problem of this country. 140 crores, 19 lakh appearing this year for medical, and there are only 90,000 seats. They need to still increase that. You saw so many students flying back as medical students from Ukraine, war-affected country. Such a heart-melting situation that our kids have to go to some random country to learn medicine when there are infinite patients in our own country. When they have to use those bodies which are postulated dummy bodies to put in injections when the physical patients over here don't get the good treatments. And homeopaths or Ayurveds try to practice allopathy at times in the smaller part of the country. Unfortunate tragedies. And that needs to be addressed. That's a separate situation. But medical aspiring kids, obviously allopathy is times is the first choice. We've got fantastic branch of medicine as homeopathy, Ayurveda. Less takers at times for those and Unani medicines. But 95,000 odd seats for medicine. Unfortunate, huge reservations there. More than 50%. So again, lot of people suffer. And then they at times fall prey to. There are packages. 60 lakh रुपया Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia में खाना पीना गुजराती जैन फूड डॉक्टर बना के वापस भेज ऐसा पैकेज मिलता है फैक्ट है कजाकिस्तान उज्बेकिस्तान जॉर्जिया अर्मेनिया यूक्रेन तो अभी हालत खराब है छोड़ो बट I know someone, she's a medical student kids studying in Ukraine. One of those 20,000 fortunately came back safely to India. Few days back she met, I said, now what about MBBS, where are you planning child? Bola, no, sir, I'm going back to Ukraine. Bola, kya bol rahi? Because for an average man like me, I'm sure Russia and Ukraine every day are fighting with some bombs here and there. I said, no, sir, where I'm studying there are no problems. I'm like, how can your parents risk this? But the poor child finds Indian Medical Council of India saying we don't have an option for you. if you have chosen that country, you make sure you go and complete that degree there. Or re-give NEET and everything. Now that's the tragedy. So when you take random calls, make sure you have some wise people guiding you. Obviously no one predicts wars and COVIDs and all that, but still, you need to have reasonably sensible wisdom in place. If you don't give UG NEET, you're not allowed to practice as doctors in India. That's a rule by Medical Council of India. Alone MBBS is not enough. Our very dear friend is Dr. Sanjay Mukherjee. He did his MBBS and then did UPSC. IAS, now Vice Chairman, creator of the entire New Bombay CIDCO. Another good friend is Dr. Santosh Shetty. He did his MBBS 1992, he did his MBA in Hospital Management. He is CEO of Kokilabhen Ambani Groups of Hospitals. Another very good dear professor of mine, Dr. Sudarshan Jain, Chairman of Abbott. His MBBS, went to pharmacy as an industry, practiced beautifully there. So you have enough hospital management, you can go for medical equipment companies. If you like medicine and you love writing, in medical doctors, I think students would even know. Doctors, they have specific class of how to talk because a lot of time patients feel very good that disease at least partially vanishes away if a doctor speaks well. So they have communication class, they have writing class. So there is medical tourism, you can become a medical blogger. A lot of professions are now, you can work for a medical equipment company. I have a very good common friend. After his MBBS, he did his MBA and Farm Easy khola. You know Farm Easy? Hello? Yes. He started his Farm Easy, doing very, very well. Went for a startup. Father is a renowned cardiologist in Bombay. They are the known Ashirwad Hospital on this, but son went into this field. So, huge options. So, even if medicine is not typically you want to work on patients, you obviously aspire to, that is why you do medicine. But after that, you have a lot of branches to move out. You can do a PG NEET. I think some entertainment going behind. They need some food, I guess. Okay. Expect the kids for them so to be like that. So MBBS is alone not enough. It's like CA is not alone enough. CA, CFA, CA, MBA, MBA, CFA, same way. MBBS के बाद PG NEET is almost like mandatory. Now होता क्या MBBS के पहले? UG NEET, PG NEET, and then super specialization. Could be cardiology, neuro, onco, whatever. You're almost 30-31 when you complete your super specializations. And then you start earning, then you start practicing. By the time your commerce friends may have settled down, married, kids, so that's another problem in certain communities, certain specific families, where they feel a little left out for their kids because they're still studying till a certain age. And it's not easy after that also. Let's say I'm a cardiologist at 31. Now I know how to fix stents, okay? Someone is having some blockages. How many of them will come to me? Because let's say I am your relative. I become a cardiologist tomorrow. Example, your heart has got broken. Broken in the right sense. There is a boy here. So let's say there is some blockage and I have to be fixed. Will you say, oh, aap mere relative ho, mera heart mein stent aap hi dal do? No one wants. How many people will go because my relative called cardiologist bana hai, tu ye kaam kar le, dal de stent? No one, right? हाँ आपके पहचान वाले ने कोई मोबाइल का शॉप खोला है भाई, आउट ऑफ कर्टेसी ओपनिंग दुकान खोला, मोबाइल ले लिया, वो बात अलग है. हार्ट तो एक ही है ना भाई. No one will risk it. So what am I trying to point? Then comes your name in the game. How well you become a renowned doctor. Leelavati Hospital in Bombay has cardiology team where you have Dr. Matthews, Dr. Menon, Ajit Menon. A lot of them knows us very well. It's years of practice and then they are invited to practice cardiology at Leelavati. You can't say, ah, mere ko Leelavati mein jana hai. It's only by invitations. So you work till 31 to earn a degree and then that many may quite a few years then to make a name. Nothing is easy beta in life. So if you have a huge, penchant to study physics, chemistry, bio, love for the subject and a lot of hardworking sense, ready, mentally strong, physically strong to take on the load of the work. So, sorry Jindal, you can sit in. Just allow them to enjoy. There are kids here. Sit, sorry. So, He's trying to be a nice boy managing you kids. Why don't we manage you all? Why is a boy of your age trying to manage you? That's a thumbs down for you guys. You've been otherwise brilliant at G.D.Goenka. Few more minutes, bear me on, because this is generally the conversation for these parents who have almost taken a half day leave on a working day. Okay, can we clap for these parents here? They're just sitting and listening. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so, and I'm sure that because for them it's only one thing they are sitting for these lovely darling kids, that's you. Okay. And that is why they have taken this day off and they are listening this out. So listen this out properly. Medicine, lot of hard work, lot of love for physics, chemistry, bio, managed NEET 720 NEET में काफी लोग below 500 जाते हैं. Below 500 you don't get into great colleges. Gवर्नमेंट कॉलेजेस जो है उसमें फीस पूरे एमबीबीएस का 15 लाख रुपए में हो जाता है. You have a 4.5 year MBBS with 1 year government, whatever, government or private hospital internship. Then a PG NEET for an MD/MS course and then super specialization. It takes almost 29 to 30 to become a super specialized doctor. So in that process, if you're getting into a deemed university like DY Patil or MGM, it will cost you around 1 crore rupees for a seat, 25 to 30 lakhs in annum. So around almost 1 crore. And then there are semi-tertiary colleges which are semi-private type like Tirna and all in Bombay. There the fees are around 15 lakhs per annum. So should be either 15 lakh पूरा MBBS 15-20 लाख में हो जाता है, 60-70 लाख में होता है, 1.5 crore भी हो सकता है, depends on which colleges you all get. The scores matters a lot for MBBS. MBBS alone is not enough, but good thing for the parents is there are enough ways to move out. As I said, hospital management, you can do MBA in marketing and work for a pharma company. You can work into different fields there. So MBBS I have addressed. जिनको MBBS में नहीं मिलता है ना, काफी लोग BDS ले लेते हैं. अरे यार, think BDS should be your first choice. तुम सूरत का तो I don't know much, but Bombay में मैं the proximity where I stay, the 1 kilometer radius, I would have at least 20 dentists. Minimum 15 का business नहीं चल रहा. And it is not that they are bad. It's because Indians don't spend. इंडिया का माइंडसेट क्या है? दांत सड़ गया, दांत दुख रहा है, खतरनाक तकलीफ है, तो ही डॉक्टर के पास जाते हैं. Have you met any of your friends saying, I'm visiting a dentist? बोला क्या हुआ? कुछ हुआ तो ही जाने का. बोला कुछ नहीं हुआ, ऐसे ही जा रहा. बोले पागल है. Indians don't spend. They have to have problem. Then we don't have a preventive medical checkups. We don't have that in India because we don't get insured for it. For India, the problem is, I will tell you children, US में हर चीज पे इंश्योरेंस मिलता है, पैसा कंपनी देती है. डेंटल पार्ट है रिमूव. इंश्योरेंस कंपनी इंडिया से दांत से कोई बॉडी आदमी मरने वाला नहीं, दांत में तकलीफ हुई. So we won't pay insurance money for that. So dental part is removed. And India's hands don't spend. Even for someone who was speaking about psychology as a career, someone spoke. So many. Have you met a friend in school who says, I was absent yesterday because I was mentally ill? अरे इसको कुछ हुआ लगता है. All of us, so many of us goes through depression, anxiety, curiosity. There are 90% of Indians or anyone would go through. But we don't go to a psychology to take a therapy. Okay, I'm going through enough butterfly and anxiety in my stomach. So I want to see a psychologist. इंडिया में ऐसा है ही नहीं, तो बेचारा साइकोलॉजिस्ट क्लिनिकल साइकोलॉजी खोल भी देगा लैब, जाता कौन है उसके पास? So take branches of medicine which also see some potential scopes, and at times it's not wrong, but then some of them are then forced to. I know a very good friend, MDS, but then teaches bio at some places because he doesn't get enough patients, and he was very candid. But that was his individual case. It's not wrong to teach bio, but that was not his first choice. So don't take professions where you do not see enough scope of a geography that you're planning to reside in. फिर थोड़े लोग, if you go to DY Patil, it's a good medical school, private school, half the class wants to go to US, MBBS. First year में जाओ, half the class is studying for US MLE, United States Medical License Exam. And you know how tough it is? 9 hours of exam on a day, step 1, step 2, step 3, 3 step होता है for a medical residency doctor in US. US में medicine is not after 12, it's after 16, Canada after 16, after 12 plus 4 years. You give an MCAT exam study in a medical college there. But it's expensive to study surgery. Canada has only 2,000 surgery seats. And they don't want Indians to become surgeons there. एक inbuilt racism है. How can a brown skin guy touch my white body? बोलता कोई नहीं है, but effective. So they prefer their own natives. So it's just when you have dreams, also have reasonable dreams of what, and have a validated, verified dreams. Have right people to guide. So at UNOQ, what we do, I have a very young pediatric with Jaslok Hospital, Dr. Palak Mehta, brilliant girl. She's a mentor. I have students studying at AIMS Medicine, Maulana Abdul Kalam Azad, Armford Medical College, AFMC, as mentors on UNOQ platform to guide aspiring medical students of what medicine is as a field. Christian Medical College. We've got, these are top 4-5 medical colleges in India, where an average neat appearing child don't get to talk to them. So many of you are planning to do NEET, talk to these mentors. Talk, how do they do those specializations? How tough is it? What is it needed? Is that the thing that you want to get into? If you're a 10th standard student, talk to them. Isn't that cool for you to get mentors like this quick? Yes or no? So you can go there, UNOQ a series of workshops, just go register yourself. You get enough mails across all trending careers, and sometimes you never know. You get the right information from the right set of people doing other normal course of life. You may not have any connects to reach out to them. So then these are other branches of medicine. You know, people can get into vet. So veterinary science, I was in Gandhinagar, as I am saying, that we've been awarded as the first company by the state of Gujarat to launch counseling on tech across schools in Gujarat. There is a dairy industry, dairy college called Kamdhenu University, and I didn't knew this. So when we were doing our research on education in Gujarat for our product that we were building, I was so happy. World's largest milk marketing company, a manufacturing company, Anand, made Amul, NDDB and GCMMF is sponsoring this entire Kamdhenu University, dairy industry, vet science, agricultural science, soil research, ICAR, forensic science in Gandhinagar. One of those top programs. We don't have forensic science as a branch of science which have colleges. So there are so many things in science if you really want to get into. But again, a vet doctor, you know, you will ground level in Gujarati ma baat kare. Mane ke gaam ma kettles. I'm sure kettles you all will know. There are no vets. So कौन से गांव खेड़ा में जहाँ पे जब ज़्यादा kettles हैं and they are going through disease, random injections, whatever general knowledge they have, you know, as human beings also, if you go to छोटे-छोटे गांव में ना, तो दवाई वाला who is a bee farm आपको दवाई देता है. So many of us may have witnessed that. He's not an MBBS, but he's prescribing allopathy medicine being a bee farm graduate. Because वहाँ कोई डॉक्टर ही नहीं है. And you will take it because rather than dying or going through that disease, you at least take some help. Same way these kettles are treated. Unfortunately, no one wants to become a vet because there is no money. पढ़ के करूँगा क्या, कौन पैसा देगा? वो गांव में कैटल है, वो फार्मर जो भी है, वो गांव वाला मेरे को पैसा भी कितना देगा उसकी कैटल को ट्रीट करूँगा, उसको खुद के ट्रीटमेंट के पैसे नहीं. I hope you understand everyone. Are you all there? So unless you are very passionate and are ready to go to the roughness, then jump into the field. MBBS नहीं मिला तो मेरे को I love dogs, I love cats, I love pets, I want to be a vet. अरे भाई love अलग है, reality अलग है. And hence they say in English, you always fall in love, you never rise in one. समझ में आ रहा है मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ? G.D.Goenka school, everyone, are you all there? So before you fall in love for the pets that you have and you think about vet as a potential branch, with all due respect, it's a good branch. But have your matrix clear. I want to serve kettles, I want to serve animals, that's it. Then fine. Then money may come, may not come, that's a separate story. You won't regret later. Physiotherapy, sports physiotherapy, neurophysiotherapy, so many branches of physiotherapy. It's becoming mandatory now for a lot of them to go to physiotherapy treatments. But again, you meet a physiotherapist before jumping into it, because I meet a lot of them and a lot of them cut a sorry figure. They think they could do something better in life. So you meet people who've done those programs. Nursing. India, I don't know, you kids know, as a nursing capital to the world. So world, Africa, America, all best countries in the world looks at India for having, you know, get them nurses, because they don't get that much of a manpower in their country. But again, these are the branches you can get into. Some of them are medicine arms. Ayurveda, homeopathy, naturopathy are different branches of medicine. under the Ayush medicine, they are also promoted a lot more, but still, there is no competition to allopathy in terms of aspirations there. If you want to just move ahead, if you can just move ahead rather. So I've spoken on engineering and medicine. It's something where I will like, and these are all for Gujarat. We have created this JUJCT for people who are looking at diploma in pharmacy, B Pharm. Okay, so it's a big industry. I would just fail in my duty if I do not speak on this. India is a pharmacy and an IT capital of the world, providing best of the manpower and the best of the supply in terms of generic drugs to the top pharma companies in the world. And we have some of the best in our country, both in IT and pharma, in terms of servicing. So yes, these are other options for paramedical. I don't know if a lot of things in G.D.Goenka kids will look at, because this has restricted scopes. But yeah, these are very handy to have someone who knows basic of medicine. Okay, so it's always good to have some paramedical programs alongside. If you're doing conventional BSc courses, you can also do some diplomas alongside. If people have chosen science, they can go for BSc programs and do some paramedical alongside as well. These are all more or less diploma programs. Some of them are degrees where you see BSc written. Okay, if you can move ahead. We've got, this is the research primarily for the Gujarat state. If you can just move ahead. Whoever is doing that job, thank you very much. Yeah. Now, a lot of them people ask, what are the trending careers now? Medicine and all is fine. So I'll quickly run through. I spoke about actuarial science in the session before. Data science. I was explaining a girl what was a data science in the break, short break that you had. And I always tell you, see YouTube videos and YouTube tells you next time that what you see in YouTube, can I say there's always something called as suggested videos? Yes or no? How many of you have seen if you store someone's name as a mobile में contact में save किया तो काफी time Facebook पे suggested friend request आता है. Anyone has noticed that? Raise your hands. Oh wow, everyone. Oh, very good. So you are very good with all this at least. Now what that does mean कि मेरे मोबाइल में मैंने किसी का नाम सेव किया और Facebook को कैसे मालूम पड़ा? कितने बार ऐसा हुआ you go out of a रेस्टोरेंट से खाना वाना के बाहर निकले तो डाइन आउट है Zomato बोलता how was your experience? बट इसको कौन बोला मैं इधर गया था? So many times our data is getting, you know, I would, with all due respect, Gujarat में election आ रहा है अभी, soon. Anti-election is not on the streets, it's a data war. तुमने आम आदमी पार्टी का एक पोस्ट को लाइक किया तो बीजेपी को मालूम है भाई ये आम आदमी पार्टी की तरफ जा रहा है भाई पकड़ो इसको इधर वापस लाओ बीजेपी की तरफ. That's the type of data is getting studied right now. Do you know this? Yes, that's the type of data is getting studied right now. You would not know US election, I'm sure you've heard about leaks, data leaks happening. And Donald Trump election, they were saying they had won because of Russia in US. So entire thing is all about data. So data science is a brilliant thing. How do you do data analysis? Data itna aata hai, analysis kaun karega? So you need chapters like correlation, regression, permutation, combination, probability. तो यही तो stats है. Some people don't want to do maths and stats and then want to become a data scientist. The core degree you need is 11, 12 maths. पहले data science you could do only after BSc maths stats. Now they have relaxed it. But you still need 11, 12 maths and stats to get into data science. Top field, the world moves around data right now. Everything is all about data. Everything. Machine learning. I don't know if you know kids, in Qatar there are robos installed and I'm flying at 3rd to just check this. 3rd to 13 I'm in Qatar and I'm inquisitively looking at robos put up who will tell you which part of Doha, or Qatar, which matches are happening. All machines are being trained. Okay? There was a first attempt by the Tokyo Olympics in Japan which got affected initially because of COVID. But machines are put up. You know, now we see unarmed vehicles, you know, planes flying without pilots, car getting parked without, in fact car traveling also without a driver, I think Tesla or whatever they are trying. Small thing, intelligent inside, MG actor. Have you been hearing all this? Say, all machines. Machines are taught to learn with AI. Artificial intelligence, the name itself says, human intelligence substituted without human brains. Or substituted by machines which acts and thinks what a human brain does. That's what AI is. Internet of, these are all specialized field which I've been already referring. You need a BES, BEIT, BE computer science, either it's BE or BTech, it does not make a difference. It's IT, computer science, software engineering, all of them are similar thing. Digital media, this anyone can do anytime. There are specialized programs on digital media, 6 weeks to 3-year courses on digital media, but everything going forward. In fact, Economic Times, Times of India, every day puts up an ad saying print media is the best. Because recall hota hai. Because all print media are facing the problem, a threat from digital media. Everything is now getting digital. So can I say all ads during YouTube, during Hotstar, whatever you are watching, there are too many ads, say yes or no? Sports management and event management. A lot of these youngsters come up and tell me nowadays, I want to get into sports management. What is sports management or event management? Right from, what is event? Right from hosting someone's birthday party. घर के बाजू में किसी लड़का है लड़की का बर्थडे पार्टी, समोसा केक वेफर के, कॉर्पोरेट प्रोडक्ट लॉन्चेस, ऑल आर इवेंट्स. बट इवेंट मैनेजमेंट में छोटे यंगस्टर्स काफी अट्रैक्ट हो जाते हैं. देयर इज लॉट ऑफ मनी, आई विल गेट टू सी सेलिब्रिटीज, आई विल होस्ट दिस. अरे द ग्लैमर इज ओनली इन फ्रंट. कभी बड़े 5-स्टार होटल में शादी होने के बाद 3 घंटा रुकने का और देखने का वो लोग क्या काम कर रहे हैं. वो अच्छा लगे तो जाओ इवेंट में. यू हैव टू डील विद before and after the event. Courses are extremely challenging. Don't get attracted and smitten by the glamour. What is sports management? अभी ये FIFA चालू होगा, कि T20 खत्म हुआ. स्पोर्ट्स मैनेजमेंट क्या करता है आदमी? ये बस में आए, ये एडलेड आया, ये पर्थ आया, इसका ट्रैवल, इसका होटल स्टे. वो क्या विराट का हाथ पकड़ के बैटिंग सिखाएगा कोई? हाँ, स्पोर्ट्स मैनेजमेंट वो होता है क्या? उसका ट्रैवल ही प्लान कर रहा है ना. Will they decide what Virat will eat? No. They can only give him the option of what he wants to eat. Will they force Virat where to stay? No. They'll give him the option that this is where your team is going to stay. और उसे हाथ में नहीं देता, BCCI कॉन्ट्रैक्ट दे देता इवेंट मैनेजमेंट को. ये इवेंट मैनेजमेंट खाली कॉन्टैक्ट वाले लोग का काम है. Who spends a lot on event? People have money, and if you have relations with those people, then only get into event. And it's a no filter mark. It doesn't need a 40% child can get into event management, and a 99% guy can get into. So what's the use of your brilliance if you're doing something which even a 40% guy can do it? So in event management, life में कभी भी कर सकता है. Okay. So first make your life eventful and then try to manage it, rather than trying to manage someone else's event. Are you all there? Without someone. Nothing derogatory about it, but ये बेटा कभी भी सीख सकता है तो इवेंट मैनेजमेंट. You get few travel names, few 5-star hotel names, few caterers names. Get all the names. It's not that impossible. But your age is to study right now. This all can happen later, but if you still are hard going on events, then hospitality is the best course to take. Because hospitality will teach you the entire guest relations, the best that they could be taught. With their general operations, marketing, finance, their food and beverage, front desk, housekeeping, and hospitality is needed everywhere. So hospitality is nothing to deal with hospitals. Right from guests coming to a house, you have to be hospitable, to being hospitable everywhere. So hospitality is the best route to get into events or sports management. We don't have great sports management program as yet in India. All of them are private college, which I'm not a big fan of. Some of them sports management programs are all there, but they're all abroad. Because La Liga से लेके FIFA से लेके European Championship सब big और tournaments happens abroad only. अभी इंडिया में IPL, Pro Kabaddi और ये सब चालू हुआ है. तो now it's some people who are really getting smitten by this. There is money, but there is huge competition there, and there is no filtering there. So be careful if you jump into that. Luxury retail, I told in the commerce side. I think there are some science kids who just come in. Not a typical science field, but if you really want to get into how to sell the art of the product or art of selling the product to rich clienteles, luxury retail can be. In fact, because you are from science, let me mention a course. NID and NIFT, you are all open to doing any design programs. NIFT has a program only for science students called as Fashion Technology. Fashion Technology. That's a different program altogether. Just Google NIFT and try to understand what is Fashion Technology as a program, because all medical experts will believe the relevance of knowing tech everywhere. So health tech is becoming a very big industry. It's not just fintech or edutech. how is Nykaa using a platform of getting the world's best makeup brands, right? From Maybelline, do you name it? They are all on the brand, but who is making those cosmetics? There is a lot of tech involved. Not only the dermatologist opinions are put up, but a lot of tech experts are roped in. So when you do all those type of things, once the product are made and which are made of a certain high-end clientele, so you do, a dermatologist, I know, is now working for a very famous brand called Christian Dior into the luxury retail segment, planning to launch some cosmetic products for that. Okay, so she's now, Christian Dior is a big brand. Okay, so you can get into such unheard, uncanny fields. Public relations and animations and VFX. So again, PR is more on the media journalism side, not typically commerce stream. But again, I wanted to just, the reason I put up over here because there's medical tourism, which is by itself becoming a big field. So I don't know whether you kids know, Gulf as a country is not a medical destination. So if you're in Jeddah, in Saudi Arabia, let's say you're in Riyadh or in Muscat or in Dubai or in Sharjah, they don't have got the best of the medical treatments. So historically and even now, people who have money for the treatments, they move to West. And people who have lesser budget, they still look at India, the best medical treatments that they get over here. There's something called as medical tourism, medical blogging. Okay, you can be a one who can write. So I know someone, Mr. Zakaria, who is a CNN correspondent, a medical correspondent to CNN News. So all medical events are covered by him. So you can get into medical journalism also as a field. Animations and VFX. Yeah. Sorry. So animations and VFX is a big field. Now, किसी को animation का course करना है? Okay. There is one college, obviously which I spoke before, is called as NID Ahmedabad. खाली 10 या 12 ही seat है, for which almost 25-30,000 kids are giving exam. But there is one more college in India, only one more, called as Manipal Institute of Technology, which in Manipal has a bachelor's of animation, a full 3-year degree. Otherwise, Arena, Multimedia, Maya, Mac, whole lot of those private institutes offering programs. Otherwise, world's best VFX studios and animation are all in Vancouver area in Canada, which is the British Columbia area in the western part of Canada, and then runs down to California in US. So we've got some of the world's best VFX studios there, and some in Singapore, in NUS, SMU and NTU. So that's an animation program from my side. I think this is a lot more for the science kids. Architecture I have not mentioned much. Let me speak that. You can either do NATA or you can do IITs as well. They've got JEE Main Map, Plan B exam, town and planning exams. There's some of the best architecture college in India. We've got School of Planning and Academy Architecture College at SPA in Delhi. You've got CEPT in Ahmedabad, is also very renowned. Again, architecture 5-year program after 12th, meant for people who really, a close engineering field which overlaps little bit of knowledge of architecture is civil engineering. What an architect can do, an interior designer can't do, but what an interior designer can do, an architect can do. So it's more or less a powerful qualification. But again, before you jump into it, make sure that you have a reasonable research done. Most architects are not getting good jobs in India right now. Most architects. It's a struggling field. Although it's a big real estate industry as an industry, but the starting salaries are paltry. So most of the architects, again, either Hafiz Contractor or ZNZ or Sanjay Ninapuri, they're all very renowned architects. There are few architects whose name keeps going around, and upcoming architects don't at time get the work. So again, think twice before you jump into all these areas. That's it from my side. I've exhaustively, I hope, covered, and I'll be open to questions. Everyone, whoever has questions can, in terms of sciences, I would want like from astrophysics to aeronautical. A lot of those are for master programs in India. We don't have any great science. There are something called as pure science and earth science, which because of paucity of time I've not got into. DRDO, ISRO, India में एक बहुत अच्छा science college है जो मुझे लग रहा है most of them wouldn't know. Have you heard about a college called IISc? It's the best college of India, ranked India's #1 college in the field of science, called as Indian Institute of Science. They've got all the most unconventional, uncanny programs. Just Google them, the most difficult college to get an admission in. A lot of those programs are for masters, not for bachelors. Open to questions. I hope everyone felt it worthy enough. Can we once last time clap for the school right now? Yes, for hosting us. And this clap is for you also for bearing me out from my side. Okay. Now. Final. Any questions that anyone has before I wrap it for a day? Sciences. Commerce had too many questions. How about sciences? Anyone that you wanted to know something which I have missed out on? There are a lot of other programs which I couldn't do. Someone want to become a sound engineer. There are too many fancy programs. But obviously the starting point is sciences. Anyone, any questions? I think the science people are very sorted. Yeah, tell me, child. Brilliant.
আমার এই মুহূর্তে ক্রেডিট কার্ড দরকার নেই আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে আমি যখন বাড়ি যাবো আমি নিজে গিয়ে
Sit. I'll explain you. Since civil services was not a point of the agenda, वैसा होता ना कि कभी-कभी it almost looks like a test also of mine when kids ask questions from across field. If I don't know, it's like, oh, मैं पढ़ के नहीं आया. So UPSC, I'll just tell you something very, very interesting. I just spoke in the commerce side of it. 10.5 lakh kids gave exam this year for 643 selections. Now UPSC's Union Public Service Commission exam, it's the world's toughest exam. Now I really like what you said. You can start as your BE BTech. So you start preparing for NEET or IIT or CA. These are tough exams to give, so your brains are roasted for UPSC. Now when you give UPSC, you can choose anything. Either you go to BITS Pilani, you go to Delhi University, it doesn't matter. Now, the first 60, so I'll tell you a guy, because you named it and I should wrap up after this. Gaurav Agarwal, you just check a YouTube video of his man called Gaurav Agarwal. He gave his IIT JEE main entrance exam 15 saal, 16 saal pehle. Now, he got All India rank 43 in IIT. Went to IIT, studied 4 years, gave his CAT exam, went to IIM Lucknow, was a gold medalist. So at 22 he completes engineering, 23 he gives CAT, 25 gets an MBA, is an IIT IIM, like a deadly combination, gets a job in Hong Kong. At 29 his salary was 1.4 crores. He feels now money is not something that he likes, because money is not a driving thing for everyone around on the world. So he earned money like, okay, money is not that interesting, something bored him. He wanted to do something for India. So he came to India and set for UPSC exam. So he chose economics as his major. You have to choose subjects. So there are too many options from sciences and humanities compared to commerce. So if you are wanting to looking at UPSC, we really strongly suggest to take science or humanities and not commerce as a starting point. Now he gives the exam. He gets 243rd rank all India. If you see the video, it may be 241, 240. I don't remember. He got a letter from the government of India says, Gaurav Agarwal, you've been selected for the Indian Police Service training, cadre training. You have to join by within 7 days. Lack of response will elicit or mean that you're not interested. You don't get to choose field. He was selected for IPS. So IS, IFS, IPS, IRS, Indian Revenue Service, Indian Forest Service, Indian Postal and Telegraph Service, Indian Oceanography, many services there. So he got IPS training. So he went to Hyderabad. IIT, IIM, job in Hong Kong, then getting trained for police. You start with Deputy Commissioner of Police, then Additional Commissioner, then Joint Commissioner, then Commissioner, and then Director General. That's the hierarchy they follow in the IPS cadre. 6 months in the training, he felt, "Arey yaar, meko IPS nahi banna hai." So he again sits for UPSC exam. He gets first rank all India at the age of 30. 2013, he cracks. 2014, he was made collector of Jodhpur. Then Prime Minister likes his work. 2019, he is in the advising team of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. But the hard work, IIT, IIM, UPSC, 243rd rank out of 10 lakh, and again giving again and getting first rank. You have to have a heart of steel and a mind absolutely of gold to perform that vigilantly. And at times, success and careers are made at this stage. So if there is a will, there is always a way, child. Rome was never built in a day. Time and tide will wait for none. Trust me, an empty mind will create devil's workshop. Your pen is mightier than the sword. And if your speech you thought was a silver, Let your silence not be the gold. Let the silence be the gold, but that silence should absolutely fructify in the form of a turmoil that should eventually get the best out of you to make your birth on this earth of some worth. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. At the outset, I thank Mr. Dhaval Gandhi for an amazing session. The smooth conduction, yes, he truly deserves a huge round of applause. Sir is here with us since morning 8:30 and continuously he's guiding the children, catering the students and their queries and the parents. It's really a commendable job. The smooth conduction of the seminar was really praiseworthy. We are really enlightened with your knowledge and presence, sir. I would like to thank our Chief Mentor and Director Principal for their constant support. I'm also obligated to the parents who are here. Your participation and your suggestion always motivate us, and we always have your unflinching support in carrying out such events. In such a short notice, you all are here. Thank you wholeheartedly. And right, we all got to be here as we are dealing with our hearts, our kids. So my takeaway for the day, sir said few phrases like competition is indispensable and good is the biggest enemy of the best. Right? Good is the biggest enemy of the best. So do not be satisfied just with good. You ought to be the best. I would like to invite High Section Assistant Coordinator Mrs. Snehata Upadhyay and Activity in Charge Mr. Panna to the stage along with Dhaval sir to hand him over a thank you letter from GDGIS with a huge round of applause. On the stage, sir and ma'am.